Wow, àwa ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìsọjí tiwa ní orí Koikimedia. Èní ní ọjọ́ kẹfà bí December náà ti ń January rather ó ti ń lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Mo mà tún kí gbogbo wa pé a tún káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa. Ṣàlàáfíà ni mo bá gbogbo wa. Ṣàlàáfíà ni mo bá gbogbo lé. Mo rí sister mi náà dáhùn pé Lady K wà on. Àdúrà wa gbà àníṣe lásán. Gbogbo ilé tá ń ṣe náà torí ìfẹ́ ta ní sí ìran wa ni. Ìfẹ́ ta ní ni pé ara ń ta wá pé bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ nínú Nàìjíríà bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ló ṣe jẹ́ kó rí bọ́. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n pinra wọn ní I am a Nigerian, ẹlòmíì ò tẹ̀ mọ́ mí ní Nàìjíríà. Ó kọ̀ ṣáà mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa ń ní I'm a Nigerian, I'm a Nigerian. Nítorí wọ́n ti bíyàn sínú country kan. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ fídíò ìmọ̀pápàdé again nígbà tí olóyè lára àwọn fídíò kan tí wọ́n ti ṣe tó tójọ́ mẹ́ta nígbà tí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìrìn àjò yẹn tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn olóṣèlú tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń sọ oríṣiríṣi sí bàbá wa, ẹ̀gbọ́n wa, olólùfẹ́ wa, akọni wa, Jésù tiwa, ànábì tiwa. Torí àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ànábì àdẹ̀rí Jésù bọ̀ a rí olóyè Ìgbòho. Olóyè Ìgbòho wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó dúró fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, àtẹni tó fẹ́ àtẹni tó fẹ́. Kódà àwọn kan pè ní tọ́ọ̀gì, àwọn kan pè lóríṣiríṣi orúkọ kò wá torí ìyẹn kò torí ìyẹn rárá ó sì dúró pé ìfẹ́ tóun ní sí ìran Yorùbá ìfẹ́ yẹn gangan ló ṣe kókó kódà bọ́mọ Yorùbá ò bá tẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ torí àwọn kan ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn kan mọ̀ pé tó gbé dání tó máa liberate ọmọ Yorùbá ni ọmọ Yorùbá ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí wọ́n liberate ọmọ Yorùbá tó dẹ̀ fẹ́ liberate gan ó ń béèrè oríṣiríṣi ìbéèrè àbọ̀rọ̀ mòye nísìn slow and steady ní lálẹ́ yìí so ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ audio yẹn so ó ti jáde fídíò ni so it's not a new one mo nú gúrùpù ìyàwó Janet Fashaki ní èèyàn kan ti post ẹ̀ so ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ kó tó di pé àmọ́ wọnú ètò yẹn lọ díẹ̀díẹ̀.
orí ẹ̀ ò burú ó rò pé gbogbo nǹkan tí mo bá yẹn fa ẹ̀rù mo bá yẹn kéré ọmọ yẹn tẹ́tí rẹ́ sí mi tẹ́ ń pè àtàwọn ọ̀gá rẹ̀ tẹ́ ń rẹ́ sí mi pẹ́ fún mi lówó kí n stop ẹ̀kẹ́ fi lè dìbò 2023 ẹ̀yọ́ lórí burúkú ẹ̀yọ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ ẹ̀yìn yẹn yóò bá dáadáa dáhùn.
nígbà tá à ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé ọ̀rọ̀ ìbò kọ́ ló kàn ọ̀rọ̀ tó kàn ni pé ká wá bá ṣe máa decide bóyá àṣìfẹ́ wà nínú Nàìjíríà àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá nínú a máa dìbò ní o thank you so much okay you love this shirt the colour is everything ká máa dúpẹ́ fún ẹ̀yin diaspora náà ni ẹ̀yin lẹ ní èmi ní baba Yorùbá nation brother mi kan náà ló ní Koikimedia easy lórúkọ ẹ̀ òun náà wà ní Miami just the same way you're doing he's been sending tones and I'm trying to catch up I think maybe February in the month of February màá make it pé gbogbo month of February mo ní wọṣọ kankan ju Yorùbá nation outfit I think I have enough to put on to highlight and showcase who we are. Thank you so much, my beautiful sister. I can't love you less. I appreciate the work you're doing behind the scene. Èmi ti sùn díẹ̀ ẹ̀ tó ti sùn. Adẹ̀ ń ṣe aṣèwà níṣẹ́ òru báyìí. So mo kí gbogbo wa. Tẹ́ bá ṣe ń darapọ̀ ẹ bá wa pín ètò yẹn. This was when we were making the campaign. Kó tó di pé wọ́n lọ invade ilé olóyè Dr. Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho. Ẹran tí máa kan pé rẹ̀ ní òjòdú mo kí ìyá mi ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò mo kí gbogbo àwọn Koikimedia fans and family around the world thank you so much once again we cannot love olóyè less àwọn kan ní tọ́ọ̀gì ni ìbò ti tẹ̀lé àwọn olóṣèlú rí kódà àwọn kan ní bóun náà mẹ́kọ̀ọ́ látara olóṣèlú káwọn náà mẹ́kọ̀ọ́ owó kó tó di pé a máa gba Yorùbá nation let's listen to this video and then I will be coming into the program. I'll probably show you so that you can see it. We are working, like I said, very soon we will have our full broadcast. Everything will lock in where, we'll probably be using less of mobile phone. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni Fẹ́mi Òjòdú ló ń jẹ́ ẹrántí ẹ̀ ìyá mi wúrà débí ó ti ẹ̀ ṣe gan ni. I'm sure you all remember it. So I'll show you the video. We're streaming on multiple platforms as usual. We're live on the MixLR. I'm still going to set up we're live on Instagram on OLAYOMI KOIKI. I'm going to lock into some of the other platforms. TikTok were Tiwa on. So ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ lóye lọ mú bọ̀.
Ẹ̀yin nìkan lẹ ń pa ọmọ yóò tẹ kó lọ lóyìnbó tẹ fi ń ra lé sílùú èbó owó tẹ kẹ fi tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n mọ Abẹ́là ní káàkiri ní club. Ẹ sọ àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ àwọn àǹtí wa ẹ sọ wọn dolóso wọ́n parí ìwé wọn níríṣẹ́ wọ́n ń sọ olóso ẹ sọ gbọ́n àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n tó parí ìwé yunifásitì ẹ sọ wọn dọ́lọ́kadà ẹ sọ wọn dọ́ márúwá ọwọ́ ni wọ́n kàn Fẹ́mi Òjòdú Sunday bu àì náà àbúrò fẹ́ bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ níbo ló ti mọ̀ níbo lè ní àti ẹ ti dàpọ̀ kí ló dé ní àti ẹ pọ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé wọ́n fún mi tẹ́ǹkọ̀ bọ̀ wọ́n máa nu Fẹ́mi àbíkílẹ̀ Òjòdú àbíkílẹ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ yìí bọ́sìtà kó ní kọ́mọ rẹ̀ tó ẹ pé wọ́n parọ́ pé ìgbówó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ní kọ́mọ rẹ̀ kú mọ́ lójú tó ẹ pé fún mi ló àmọ́ gbówó lọ́wọ́ yín bẹ́ẹ̀. Gbogbo ọgbọ́n tẹ́sà fi discourage mi lórí prógámù yìí lẹ́sàn. Bàálù tó dẹ̀ ti fò tọrọ Yorùbá.
Ẹni sọ̀rọ̀ lóye ẹgbọ́n kan tó lóye sọ níbẹ̀ gbogbo ọgbọ́n tẹ ṣáà fi discourage olóyè and that's what they are doing. Àwọn Yorùbá politician wọ́n mọ̀ dáadáa wọ́n mọ̀ lóye dáadáa ẹ mọ̀ káwọ̀ la mọ̀ lóye gbogbo wọn mọ̀ra dáadáa wọ́n mọ̀ lóye wọ́n mọ̀ dáadáa wọ́n mọ̀ ẹni tó ń pè ní ọmọ Adéyẹmọ bọ̀tẹ́ mọ̀ pàwọ̀ àwa tá a mọ̀ lóye àwa la ṣe wá ń béèrè pé ta ni olóyè bọ̀tẹ́ àwọn olóṣèlú mọ̀ pé olóyè ti lọ bá wọn dá sọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation àti wọ wàhálà báyìí ọ̀nà wo la máa wá gbà ọ̀nà wo la máa ṣe mo fẹ́ kí mind wa kọ̀ máa recollect padà sí the beginning of the journey, because many of our tí a darapọ̀ mọ́ Yorùbá nation, ẹlòmíì darapọ̀ mọ́ torí n ta fẹ́ jẹ, ẹlòmíì darapọ̀ mọ́ torí ó fẹ́ popular, ẹlòmíì darapọ̀ mọ́ torí ìtara tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ wo Lady K náà ti jáde, mò ń wo Lady K lẹ́ǹkan nísìnyí kí n tó come live, you know, ìmọ̀ àti ìyàwó mi lẹ́yìn wo program kan kó tó di pé màá wá parí ẹ̀. Àwọn program kan wà tèmi náà máa ń wò lórí YouTube tó máa ń dẹ́rìn pààyàn, so kó tó di pàwà náà wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ti tọ̀dọ̀ tiwa, kọ́lọ́n kó gbà fún wa. Mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ, ẹ bá wa pín. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá mi Fẹ́mi Òjòdú, gbogbo ohun tó fi ṣe ni pé wọ́n fi discourage Olóyè Ìgbòho. Wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tó bá ti discourage Olóyè Ìgbòho because akọni èèyàn ni. So the moment, you know, yes, Olóyè is a talk and do, and that is where you know, only sister mi kan wọ́n ní Mr. Koiki, you know, this man, you know, in tó ti ṣe àwa ò lè ṣe, and that is where, you know, he is different. Ẹ wo bàbá wa Ìbà Gani Adams, tó bá yẹ kí bàbá yẹn náà wọ́n gbéra díẹ̀, wọ́n fìdí ẹ̀ bí Olóyè ṣe fìdí ẹ̀ yẹn, ẹ mọ̀ kí gbogbo kinní yẹn, because akọni náà ní Ìbà Gani Adams lóògùn ọ̀fẹ́ o, but ẹ mọ̀ lóògùn ọ̀fẹ́ ti di àwọn ti di Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò, so àwọn fi, you know, ọgbọgbọ́n, ọ̀dẹ̀ ní ọgbọgbọ́n ni àgbàlagbà máa fi ń sá fún màálù. So àwọn wò pé Olóyè ó dà pé wọ́n ní àyà díẹ̀, ìwọ gbáyà síta bò ìmọ̀ wà lẹ́yìn. Kò ń ṣe pé Ìbà Gani Adams náà ń sá, kò yẹ yín nísìn, but Ìbà Gani Adams wà lẹ́yìn. Àwọn wò pé Olóyè wọ́n ṣáà máa tẹ̀ lọ, kódà wọ́n fẹ́ dàárín àwọn méjèèjì rú at some point. Wọ́n ní Olóyè ń bú Ìbà Gani Adams, ó ń ṣe kinní kan, because àwọn olóṣèlú mọ̀ pé ibi tí Olóyè bá ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ talk and do ni. Bí ìyá mi Beauty, èmi náà pín ètò yẹn ni o, ẹ̀yin náà bá wa máa pín, a sì máa padà sórí fídíò yẹn, kò yé nísìn. Tèmi náà bá ṣe ń pín, mò ń gbé lọ sórí Twitter, gbé lọ sí this, gbé lọ sí that, ẹ̀yin náà bá wa pín. Ṣé tẹ́ bá pín yẹn ló máa jẹ́ kó yá, because especially our platform that has been shadow banned. So àbọ̀rọ̀ mo yé nísìn. So what they've done is wọ́n fẹ́ make sure pé gbogbo ohun tí wọ́n lè fi ẹ̀mọ̀ tó bá dé stage kan tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ síyàn títí wàá kọ́ sọ pé kí ló wà níbẹ̀, let me just give up. Irú èmi nísìn ọ ti gba kámú, kò sí nǹkan tó ti sọ. Ṣé bàbá Akíntóyè la fẹ́ sọ ni? Bàbá àgbàlagbà yẹn at 80 something kọ́ máa ní bàbá yẹn ó ṣe this ó ṣe that, wọ́n tún lọ gbéyàwó kan wá, wọ́n fẹ́ da gbogbo ẹ̀rú. Ọdún ọmọ kó táwọn bá ti da gbogbo ẹ̀rú, at the end of the day kò ní sí Yorùbá nation campaign mọ́. But for the fact that Olóyè wa sọ fún wọn pé ìwọ Fẹ́mi Òjòdú yìí, ìwọ ti gbàgbé pé àwọn ọmọ tó lọ sí ẹ̀gbọ́n nínú fídíò yẹn nísìn, ó dà pé orí ẹ Olóyè ni ó dà pé orí ẹ ó ti sán, because ṣé ìwọ ló yẹ kó jáde? Ìwọ tó yẹ pé nígbà tó jẹ́ mínísítà, gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké tó máa wáṣẹ́ wá sọ́fíìsì ẹ ló ti fi kán sí nídìí. Káwọ̀ láìka máa sọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹṣá, because kò ń ṣọ̀rọ̀ tó kò ṣe pé a lè sọ, because adult ni wá, but ibi táwa ń lọ kọ́ nìyẹn. Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ gbọ́ adult program, ó ní adult program tó máa ń ṣe lórí social media. Ìmìtọ́ àwọn kan wà, wọ́n máa ń ṣe ọkọ àti ìyàwó, àwọn kan máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìsàlà tókè, àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ ń sọ gbogbo yẹn ní bíbá. So now nígbà tó bá dẹ̀ ti wá di pé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ oríṣiríṣi sí Olóyè, ẹ mọ̀ tó bá dé stage kan, Olóyè lè wò pé kí la wá gbé báyìí. Ẹ dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tó Olóyè ò bá tẹ̀ wá rò bẹ́ẹ̀, ṣe mọ̀ pé àwọn ìyàwó Olóyè kọ́lọ́n bá wà pẹ̀lú àwọn méjèèjì, àti ẹni tó wà nílé àti ẹni tó wà lábroad, gbogbo wọn pátápátá, gbogbo àwọn ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ kọ́lọ́n bá wà pẹ̀lú gbogbo wọn pátápátá, gbogbo wọn ni mò ń kí, àti mọ́mì Dámì àti ìyá mi àti ẹni tó wà Nàìjíríà, gbogbo wọn làwa ń kí, torí pé àwọn gangan ni wọ́n bá wa fún Olóyè ní fọkànbalẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin ò lè mọ ní kọ́lọ́n bá ń kí sista Rọ́pò, àǹtí mi dáadáa. Mo rántí nígbà tí mo wà ní sókà, àní láti go into pé ìbá ìyá Dámì náà pé wọ́n á pè. Ìgbà tó yá gan sẹ̀, wọ́n tún fẹ́ àwọn kan tún lọ bá àwọn ìyàwó wọn pé rí tí Kóìkì sọ ni, ṣé Olóyè ló ránṣẹ́? I'm not joking. Wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ da gbogbo ìrìn àjò yìí, wọ́n ṣàfẹ́ dàrú gbé tó bá dẹ̀ ti dàrú, nǹkan tó bá di pé Olóyè bá ti bá mi jà, tèmi náà bínú sólóyè, tólóyè bínú sí bàbá Akíntóyè, táwa náà tó bínú náà, at the end of the day gbogbo program ti bàjẹ́ nìyẹn. Wọ́n wá rí i pé àwa wà very calm. ó wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbé oríṣiríṣi wá gbélé jáde, ó lè ní olóyè kinní kan ni, kódà wọn ló pààyàn, oríṣiríṣi ló ṣàgbé jáde. Ẹ mọ̀ nígbà tó bá jẹ́ ti gbé gbogbo àwọn kinní yẹn jáde, eventually tó bá dé stage kan, irọ́ ní sùúrù, tó bá dé stage kan, you could easily get frustrated, and I'm not joking. That is the whole plan. The whole plan is just to frustrate, ọmọ Adéyẹmọ. Ó dẹ̀ wọ́n pé táwọn bá ti frustrate ọmọ Adéyẹmọ, kí ló tún kù? Nígbà tó olóyè bá ti frustrate olóyè, irú èmi máa sá lọ now, because àánú ọlá Dr. Sunday Olóyè Ìgbòho òun làwa ń jẹ, àtàánú Olódùmarè àtọlọ́run àti Jésù Kristi àti ànábì Muhammad àti gbogbo àwọn onílẹ̀ wa pátápátá, àánú wọn làwa ń jẹ, because olóyè ló ní àyà tó fi àyè ẹ̀ síta, àwa wá rọ̀gbọ̀ mọ́ àyà yẹn, àwa fún ní support, àwọn kan fún lówó, àwọn kan fún ní prayer, àwọn kan fún ní word of wisdom ojoojúmọ́. Mr. Koiki, ẹ bá wa sọ fún lóye, àmọ́ pé ilẹ̀ súnmọ́ wọn pẹ́kípẹ́kí, èmi dẹ̀ kọ́ mo súnmọ́ lóye, àwọn ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀, but èmi náà wà lára àwọn tó súnmọ́. Bí bá polóyè nísìn, tó o bá ì tí sùn á pè mí padà, tó bá jí láàárọ̀, tó bá ṣàdúrà tán á pè mí pé coordinator mo rí kọ́ọ̀lì yín. Táwọn náà bá pè àṣeṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n wá fẹ́ dá gbogbo ìrìn àjò yẹn rú. Nígbà yẹn à ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa pé ọ̀rọ̀ election kan ló kàn. Àwọn kan ní election níjọ́ ẹ̀ẹ́dá kọ̀ọ̀kan mọ̀, Jagaban ni a ní àwọn ìyá mi First Bank, mo ń fẹ́ dárúkọ wọn, kò ń ṣe pé àti dárúkọ wọn kọ́, because ẹ̀bùn fún àti mo ti pè wọ́n ní First Bank tí bá wá lọ dárúkọ wọn kọ́ máa ìpá àwọn ọmọ kan máa lọ máa ṣé mọ̀ pé mo dúpẹ́ lẹ́yìn ẹ̀yin girama ẹ ti já sí. Mo bá girama kan sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá, òun dárúkọ arákùnrin yẹn, ẹ mọ̀ kan tó máa ń nígbà tá a kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ó ti kúrò láàrin wa o, tàbá náà kúrò láàrin wa, ẹ̀wọ̀n àwọn tó ti lọ sọ́dọ̀ Dàgbòrú lọ́hùn. Ó wá ń pe lára àwọn girama wa kan ní London ni màmá yẹn wà, ní December yìí ni o, ó ní girama ní fi nǹkan Christmas ránṣẹ́ sí mi. Girama yẹn wá nínú àwọn oníkọ̀ọ̀kan táwọn fẹ́ fi ránṣẹ́ sí ẹ̀. Ṣóhun àwọn ti gbàgbé, ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn bí ó rò pé àwọn girama yẹn wọn ọmọ tó ń lọ, ẹ ti mọ̀ sọ yẹn, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ó fi nìkan fún àwọn olówó. Ṣe báwọn ti gba country, ẹni tó ti gba country kò tún ní wọn á gbowó lọ́wọ́ àwa táyì ti gba country náà. ìbọn dáwó síbẹ̀ yẹn. Grandma yẹn wá sọ fún mi pé ṣó rò pé àwọn stupid. Number one, àwọn olówó táwọn lè fún anybody, especially irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, because ṣe bó pé rẹ̀ ní warrior ni, kí ló ń tún ẹ̀yin grandma kan ẹ ti já sí ẹ̀yin grandma yẹn. Nígbà tí mo dẹ̀ pàdé grandma wa kan nígbà tí mo lọ sí alẹ́ ìfàájì díẹ̀ ni, ọ̀rọ̀ kodoro ọ̀la máa bára wa sọ. A ṣe ń padà bọ̀ sórí fídíò yẹn, mo dẹ̀ ti play anthem, a ṣì máa play. Tí bá ti play anthem, èmi ò tí dárúkọ o, but ẹ̀gbọ́n mi yẹn àṣé ò lé ẹ̀, ó tún lè máa pe London láti fi gbowó lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó tẹ̀lé olóyè Ìgbòho, torí òun ò tẹ̀lé olóyè Ìgbòho, àṣírí olóyè ló ń wá káàkiri, ó fi jẹ generalismo, ó fi ẹkọ fún òun jẹ generalismo, ó ti tẹ̀lé àwọn Dàgbòrú lọ, ó tún wá ń pe London. Ṣé àwọn onímọ̀ fáwọn ọ̀rẹ́ àwọn ìyá yẹn máa bá wàrà sọ̀rọ̀? Mo dẹ̀ kọ̀ pé mọ́mí ẹ̀ random ni, because mọ́mí yẹn ní àwọn ìyá tó ti já sí. Nígbà tí mo tẹ̀ pàdé ìyá wa kan ní orí train tán ní Mr. Koiki, mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, wọ́n ní mo kọ̀ rí báyìí, mo ní ìbájọ́ wa London ni, ó possibility wọ́n pa máa pàdé lẹ́ẹ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. Níyàn bá súnmọ́ mi lọ́ba ní kí n tètè ya picture àwọn. Ní bá ní grandma ẹ mọ̀ kó tútù wà níta o, grandma ẹ mọ̀ níyàn bá ní kí ni, lọ́ba gbé jákẹ́ẹ̀tì jáde, lọ ní jákẹ́ẹ̀tì táwọn wọ̀ yìí, heating jacket ni, mo ní London, wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, wọ́n ní máa ń wọ́ọ̀mù ara wọn, wọ́n náà orí Amazon làwọn ti rà, àwọn ìyá ẹ̀ ti já sí. Ẹmọ tí ìyá yẹn sọ fún mi lánàá, ẹmọ tí grandma sọ fún mi, grandma ní ṣèbí warrior ló pe rẹ̀, kí ló tún ṣe lórí mídíà? Mo ní grandma ẹ ti já sí. Nígbà téèyàn pe rẹ̀ ní warrior tó tún wá jókòó sórí mídíà bí àwa, because wọ́n mọ̀ pé irú mídíà yẹn àwọn afi òun nìkan ni mo kọ́kọ́ mọ̀ pé àwa gan tá à ń ṣe program, tá a máa ń ṣe short video, mo rò pé mo fi telephone number mi sí bẹ̀rẹ̀, wà láìkàláì gbogbo fídíò ẹ̀ tó ṣe pátá ó máa fi telephone number ẹ̀ sí, so kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ wo fídíò ẹ̀ tẹ̀ ní rí nọ́mbà yìí. 0419 419 times 16. We thought they were all innocent, genuine people. Sister mi kan wà lórí ètò ní bíbá. Ó lọ kọ́ àwọn ọmọ kan wá níjọ́ yẹn. Ìgbà tẹ́ kọ́ àwọn diaspora, ẹ̀yin diaspora gan sef, ìgbà míì, nígbà tá a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ on a better note. Tí wàá ní káwọn tó bá wọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ directly. Àwa lè máa bá sọ̀rọ̀, àwa la máa sọ fún yín pé ẹni báyìí. But ẹ fi boycott àwa náà. Ẹ fi máa pè wọ́n torí ẹ ti rí nọ́mbà wọn. Lady K ń ṣe program nísìn. Àwa ló máa pè ní gbogbo ìgbà any problem because nọ́mbà tiwa ló wà ní public. Fóònù mi mo lè fi sí ring because tí bá fi sí ring ni wàláì Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó lu ẹ lè máa sùn nílé. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí n lè máa sùn because ó máa dún every second. Notification mi everything is on silent mode. But kò wá sí bí fóònù yẹn ṣe fẹ́ ring tí mo ní mọ̀ because inú ẹ̀ máa flash síta. Tí bá fi sílẹ̀ ni àní lè sùn, à disturb ìyàwó, à disturb ọmọ. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ program tó lóye yẹn tán. Nígbà téèyàn náà ń ṣe warrior tó tún wá ń ṣe media. Ẹ wá rò pé àwọn ìyá yẹn stupid ní abroad. Ẹ rò pé wọ́n dumb, ẹ rò pé tonzil àwọn ìyá yẹn. Ìyá wọn nínú. Ìyá yẹn tún sọ fún mi pé ṣèbọn náà tẹ̀ tó tún fẹ́ ìyàwó kan ó tó ra Mercedes. Mo ní grandma yìí náà mo tó ń lọ ní. Wọ́n ní àwọn stupid now. Ọmọ ọdún tí mo ti wà ní London ni. Mo ní grandma yìí kan ti já sí. Bó ṣe láti rí nìyẹn. Àwọn tó jẹ́ níhùn rí wọn. Àwọn yẹn wọ́n rékì lọ rẹpẹtẹ. Àwa gan tá a ṣe Yorùbá nation gan sẹ̀ yes ibi tí wọn bá ti ń ṣe ló ti ń jẹ. Àwọn gan jẹjọ àwa gan lọ. Because gbogbo tara pátápátá àṣẹǹdẹ̀ sílé mo ṣe rán wọn. Mo sọ fún yín pé journalist lèmi kò ń ṣe nísìn. Ẹ rí receipt ẹlòmíà máa bẹ̀ pé ní táwọn láti kí wọ́n máa ṣe audit fún dádì ẹ̀. Mo ń bọ̀ wá ṣe audit fún dádì ẹ̀ ni máa wá ṣe audit fún dádì ẹ̀. Alex Uche mo kí ẹ jàre. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn Biafra. Ẹ jà padà kíní tí update ó ní backup ẹ mọ̀ pé every 2 o'clock WhatsApp ó ń backup lọ́wọ́ wá kí n parọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kó backup tán tó bá backup wọ́n á play video yẹn. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n start kí la máa ṣe ká start mixella no ẹ wá start Twitter space. Tí máa ń like àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò yẹn darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tó àwọn máa ń béèrè níbo ni Ìgbòho wà. Mo nínú ó sọnù ni ó ti sọnù ó wà ní Germany ó sọnù ẹ lọ pé níbẹ̀. Kí ni kàn yín pẹ̀lú Ìgbòho? Ẹ fi ọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho sílẹ̀ ẹ̀yin máa bá tiyín lọ káwa máa fi ọ̀rọ̀ tiyín ká máa fi bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá yá everybody máa lajú. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ẹ bá wa pín ètò yẹn. Ó ti di ìyàwó mẹ́ta àwọn ìyá ẹ̀ ti já sí o àwọn ẹ̀ ti bá mi àwọn kan tó ti já sí wọ́n ní kò ṣe ìyàwó méjì mọ́ ni wọ́n ló ti di ìyàwó mẹ́ta. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ó fi defraud everybody because ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn bá ti pè sórí program tó dẹ̀ gbọ́ pé èmi ò ní sọ pé mo fi òǹtẹ̀ sórí èèyàn kan àwọn diaspora máa bá lọ ni but àwọn diaspora wọ́n á bá mi mọ́ gbogbo wọn lè bá sọ̀rọ̀ at the end of the day wọ́n ti defraud yín ìjẹ́ àti media àti warrior àrí kankan mọ́. Ó lọ sínú program tó ń ṣe ó wá ń pè Yàdàgbòrú ṣé mọ̀ nípa tó ń ṣe ní bíbá ìyá tí kò rí sójú kò rí ìyá yẹn rí wọ́n ti rí mo tẹ̀ rí kan ọlọ́run ẹ̀rí máa ń pa mí mo wà lórí program ẹ mọ̀ pé mi sọ fún mi Snoop Doggy lèmi èmi á sì máa lọ́bẹ̀ lọ́gbọ́n nǹkan tó ń sọ lẹ́ǹkọ̀ọ̀kan. Ìkan wá náà lọ Nàìjíríà diaspora ni ẹ̀yin diaspora tẹ́ ń believe nonsense ó wá náà lọ clear o wọ́n á ní bọ̀tì bí wọ́n á sọ sọ́kàn ara mi pé look at this stupid diaspora òun ẹ̀ ti gba country ó dẹ̀ sì lọ clear nínú Nàìjíríà ẹ̀rí pórí wọn ò pé wọ́n ní sense mo á sọ ó dẹ̀ tún lè máa pe program yẹn ó ń sọ pé ìgbà tí mo lọ sílé mo lọ clear mi ní tinkan gbogbo àwọn Haúsá yẹn wọ́n ti yàgbẹ́ káàkiri mo á ní wèrè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ti gba country bẹ́ẹ̀ bá gba country ní ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ máa dé ẹ̀yin lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ wà ní tinkan kẹ́ kó gbogbo yàn síbẹ̀. Alex Uche mo kí ẹ òṣè kúfẹ̀ ó kù díẹ̀ kí ni ẹ̀ ti fẹ́ lóòdì tán ó dàbí òkè ó dẹ̀ ti padà ẹ̀yẹ ká play anthem wa ká má lọ gbàgbé anthem yẹn wà important ìjọba ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ ká má lọ gbàgbé anthem ẹ̀yẹ play anthem wa. Orílẹ̀-èdè ìbí wa lágbèjà Pé kí ló ń pa mí lẹ́rìn àbẹ́rẹ́ oríṣiríṣi ló wà lórí social media nísìnyí kàṣà àti make viewers kadẹ̀ àbí kí ni bàbá àbẹ́rẹ́ ilé tó ń jù dé báyìí social media ti rógo àṣà jẹun any little thing tó ṣáà lè pawó wọlé àbí kí àbẹ́rẹ́ ilé tó àbí kí ló tó ń ṣe ìjókòó yé mi àgbàlagbà ló ń jójó tó yìí ó ń jó Kiss Daniel èmi náà rẹ̀ like Kiss Daniel ọ̀dà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń play ká tó play tọ́ba tẹ̀ mú orin yẹn lọ mo like orin Kiss Daniel kan ìyẹn ní gbogbo Nàìjíríà nídòwó everybody ló ń wọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà sọ ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ̀ gbọ́rin yẹn tọ́ba tẹ̀ máa yọ kúrò lórí program tálẹ̀ kò má tà bùkọ́ máa bí mi pé ṣé mo fẹ́ kó wà ń bẹ̀ but mo ní lè monetize mo dẹ̀ ní monetization ibi tá a dẹ̀ ti ní monetization nǹkan kan là ń rówó nínú ẹ̀ mo yá Kúnlé Bakers tó máa ń fún mi lórí owó nínú monetization lórí backup channel wa mo rí lẹ́nujọ́ mẹ́ta ẹ̀ òun àti ìyá mi kan Comfort Ológunjà àti ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ àwọn nìkan ló máa ń gbọ́ wọn sáwò nínú super chat wa but torí Koikimedia kò ní super chat láti April wọ́n ti yọ so bọ́ bá tẹ̀ náà fẹ́ yọ náà so ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ gbọ́ ó ní Kiss Daniel kan tẹ́mi náà like èmi náà like orin ẹ̀ kan ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ 2 minutes 30 seconds.
The big win at healthlottery.co.uk. Sound as a pound.
ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ ó yá. Hey. Ìyá máa ń gbádùn orin yẹn. Gbogbo yìí ti ṣòjóró ẹni mọ̀mísí mi ló beat mi nínú ijó yẹn ìyàwó mi gan ní mọ̀mísí mi ló beat mi mo mọ bí ìyàwó mi ṣe ń lọ ń sọpọ́tì pé mọ̀mísí mi ló beat mi èmi àti ìyàwó mi dẹ̀ ṣe máa ṣe ọ̀nà ọ̀dà wọn nínú ilé táwọn àjọ jó táwọn ọmọ yẹn máa record àkànní lè post yẹn sórí social media ni ta ló win ìjó yẹn láàrin ìmọ̀ àti mọ̀mísí mi a sì máa gbọ́ tí Ìgbòho ṣà yẹn ká kọ́kọ́ gbọ́ everybody owó lẹ̀ ń wá Nàìjíríà lè rí owó yẹn torí pé Nàìjíríà is dead n tó yẹ kó mú owó wá Nàìjíríà ó ti wà níta gbogbo owó Nàìjíríà wọ́n ti kó lọ síta ó yá gbóhùn sókè Kiss Daniel in tó ń jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn máa gbọ́ Yorùbá nation náà lélẹ́yìí tó bá ti gbọ́ ilé nísìn ọmọ ṣòro owó báwo ló ṣe máa lówó ọ̀fẹ́ ra Bentley ọ̀fẹ́ ra dis wọ́n wá mú orí èèyàn wọ́n wá gé orí yẹn wọ́n wá máa sún nínú ilé tó bá wá bí wọ́n pé kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe wọ́n náà fẹ́ fi ṣe olówó ni wọ́n wá lọ ṣe skit kékèké kó tó mọ̀ kó tó ṣe wọ́n náà ti ra lé 60 million gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe skit ló ra lé ní Nàìjíríà àwa gan máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ skit because èmi gan gbọ́dọ̀ ra lé gbogbo yìí tẹ̀ ń ṣe skit lẹ́wọ̀n ara lé káàbọ̀ sórí ètò everybody ló máa jẹ breakfast mo kí Ọlákúnlé ò tí ì sùn gbóhùn sókè Kiss Daniel. ẹ̀ ń wọ owó Nàìjíríà bí ìlú tó ní production no light for 63 years.
Okaye, what I do in my life if you no like can pay Fatima.
Kò kan ayé ntí Ìgbòho ń fi ayé ẹ̀ ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pé ó fẹ́ gbà wọ́n sílẹ̀ ni bẹ́yìn ò bá fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bá fẹ́ àwa máa jẹ́ kẹfẹ́ mo ní màá máa sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà inú á máa bí ẹnu á máa rán ẹ tún sọ̀rọ̀ DSS pẹ̀lú Lady K ẹ máa kì í ṣépè fún yín o Lady K ti kúrò níbi tẹ́ máa fi DSS dẹ́rùbà ẹ tún fẹ́ máa fi DSS dẹ́rùbà Lady K níbi tó wà yẹn take time ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń sọ yẹn nínú comment section mo ní wọ́ọ̀ lè jẹ́ àwa gbé àwa ta ti kúrò Nàìjíríà Ọlọ́run máa bá a fi ṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ àwọn tó sì kù lé tá máa fi pín ìlú yẹn Nàìjíríà máa pín wọn náà ti gbókò Akérédolú wá láti Germany àwọn kan ní ṣèbí Nàìjíríà ló kú sí you will never get the truth from Nigeria you will never get the truth from Nigeria. Mumbo.
Life, if you know like I'm paying Fatima. Kukaye, what I do with my money. If I go broke, I go container.
Nígbà tẹ́ bá ti fún wa lówó, kílẹ̀ tún béèrè pé kí la fowó ṣe. Wọ́n ní kí wọ́n ṣe account. Àlà ṣe gbowó rédíò. Rédíò ọ̀hún ló ti transistor radio ló ti wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn tó ti ń tà. Ẹ jẹ́ lọ ra tọ̀dọ̀ tí is not for free. Bones okay, Chris Daniel.
Thanks for your concern, like a manager. So no worry about me, worry about your airline. Underrated, but I'm still cashing out.
Adi Saraki, àbí olórí burúkú ẹ̀. And àwọn politicians yẹn èpè la máa fún wọn. Ó lọ sí Ethiopia, ó lọ gbé odindi aircraft wá. Wọ́n kún ní Nigerian air, wọ́n kówó fún anybody. Everybody ti jẹun kánúkánú. Betty Edu tó ṣe jẹ́ minister for evasion poverty àbí poverty evasion lẹ́ni. Ó ní kó bá òun transfer owó sínú private account. Ó ṣe kí Tinubu tètè lé òun kó lọ ìgbéwó sá lọ. Mo tún ká ọmọ wọ́n ń jẹ owó nínú Nàìjíríà yẹn o. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Frank Dudu ẹ̀ ti sùn. Wọ́n ń jẹ owó nínú Nàìjíríà yẹn. Mo ń ka another $6 million kan. Irú èmi dẹ̀ lọ. Ṣé o mọ̀ pé ìgbà tí mo lọ lé ní 2019 yẹn ṣé o ń gbọ́ mama? Ọ̀n kó owó tèmi lè fi ra ticket. Ṣé o mọ̀ kó máa ń ṣe allocation owó fáwọn foreign observer tó fi wá cover election Nigeria. O máa apply fún. Wọ́n dẹ̀ máa fún ẹ ní owó yẹn. $6 million ni wọ́n ní wọ́n máa allocate fún ẹni tó bá fi wá ṣe foreign observer because irú èmi nísìnyí wọ́n máa classify me as a foreign observer. Mo struggle níbí báyìí nígbà tí mo fi lọ lé ní 2019 ìyàwó mi wà ń bẹ̀. Mo struggle mo gba gbogbo owó yẹn jọ mo gba tòun náà á gbá ẹ̀kúkú máa wọn ìyá wa èyí tí máa yọ ní abẹ ẹ̀ ó ti yẹ yín àwọn obìnrin wà kọ́ ní kó sáré mú káàdì ẹ̀ wá ó dẹ̀ mọ pin number àyà gbọ̀n jáde. 6.5 million wọ́n ní bàbá yẹn wọ́n on the run nísìn wọ́n ti detain ẹyọ kan ìkejì tó jẹ́ CBN kìíní kan ìyẹn tí wọ́n on the run ọmọ tó dáa ó ti já dànù. Owó wa ẹ wá ń wọ owó Nàìjíríà owó gidi wà nù lé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá but àwọn tó mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ wọ́n dáwọ́ bò báyìí àwọn ní káwa máa lọ máa struggle níta káwa máa send owó wá sí Nàìjíríà. The country is so corrupt. Èèyàn kan bí mi pé kí ni mo feel? Koiki, what do you say about what is happening between Israel and Palestine? Kí lẹ̀yin náà rò? Ẹ̀yin náà sọ sínú comment section. Ó ṣe jẹ́ ìtẹ́mi rò lẹ́yìn fẹ́ sọ. Humanity come first. Bóun sókè Chris Daniel.
Underrated, but I'm still cashing out.
Mo kàn fẹ́ mo rí comment yìí ni. Èyí tí bá fẹ́ kà síta máa kà síta. Screen mẹ́fà ló wà níwájú mi báyìí. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ channel èyí tí bá fẹ́ pick máa pick ẹ̀. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò ẹ bá wa pín. Ṣáàtì play Yorùbá anthem. Ó dàn pàtì play. Bóun sókè mò ń bọ̀.
Get money pass your faith. Oh, my G. Ṣolówó tó lè spend on your own.
Owó yẹn náà ni gbogbo wọn wà. Ẹ wá ń ṣe wàhálà Nàìjíríà ẹ̀ ń làágùn. Kò ń ṣe pé ẹ̀ ní rówó yẹn. Wallahi ta'ala sima billahi lazila huwa. If the system was working, ó yẹ ká máa make owó yẹn, ká máa jẹ owó yẹn. Mo rí alẹ́ síche mo fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀ mo fi kí ẹ. Èmi á máa lo gbogbo nǹkan máa fi ṣe program. It is true. It is meant to be ṣolówó, ṣo lè spend for yourself. Many of you cannot spend anything. Many of you are not lazy. Endro de Baba Elizade Motors. Endro de Okoya, Endro de Globalcom. We are telling you that we are all in problem. We are in danger. Our life is now in danger from Lagos State all the way down to all the 36 states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Even Abuja is not safe. Where do you think àwọn tó ń ṣe syringe? Ṣé mo pa tó ń ṣe syringe ní Nigeria? Ṣé mo gbọ́ mama? Àwọn yẹn náà ti tuntun kúrò Nigeria. Àwọn tó ń ṣe syringe èyí tó fi ń gúnyàn lábẹ́rẹ́ ọ̀n pé Nàìjíríà dẹ̀ máa ń gúnyàn lábẹ́rẹ́ abẹ́rẹ́ Nàìjíríà yẹn dẹ̀ bad táwọn nọ́ọ̀sì kan wá gún ẹ lábẹ́rẹ́ any little tí wọ́n máa ń gúnyàn lábẹ́rẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà mo ti rí wọ́n wá náà àwọn tó ń ṣe syringe yẹn àwọn ti kúrò Nàìjíríà mo kí bàbá mi Kúnlé Ṣìtà. How did we get to where ẹ wá fi ní owó? How? And that is why drugs, cocaine, pop, what anyone mu urine. Bóun sókè Chris Daniel mo ṣe ń gbádùn ẹ lọ ká wá lọ padà sọ́dọ̀ lóyè Ìgbòho. Bóun sókè.
Maji, Shuluwo to spend on your own.
Does the federal government have the money to look after every one of us? Oh, yes, they have it, but it's not going to circulate. Whether we believe in prophecy or not, you just have to look at the current state of Nigeria and ask yourself, how are we going to survive in 2024? I believe in prophecy. I believe in Ifa. I believe in Islam. I believe in the three. At 40 plus, nobody can deceive me. But the question is, prophecy, I was listening to Prophet Mayowa, posted in a group African Confidential. Oh my God, this my brother. Any day for Twitter, if they fight any Yoruba people, we could talk nonsense about Happy New Year with this, issue with us and Igbo. Look, I don't trust them, you don't trust us. They don't trust us, we don't trust them. But on this self-determination, maybe we push together, make everybody go their separate ways. What's send the video concerning now? This Igbo girl was wrecking. Let us go and fight Lagos people for trying to break us apart with this property they're destroying. Is Igbo people. I say, look, it's the same system. Look, I don't have to like Igbo people. But on the self-determination, let us fold down together and collapse Nigeria, and everybody will then go and decide. Look, in this country, I cannot do anything more than what the law says. It is the immigration law. Look, they have my fingerprint, not because I'm a criminal. It's part of the process because I say, I want to live in this country. But right now, there was some say, it will be Yoruba national, will be Yoruba conservative, people like Adeyinka grandson. I hope it will come out of the current predicament it is right now. The Igbos are not good. Okay. But they want to go and you don't want them to go. Should they spend? Look, if they like, make them carry drug out of Nigeria, bring goods, come back. It's because the system is faulty. If they like, allow them to bring fake. Look, every time, this is what I buy. We buy it in large quantity. I showed you the other day. Ibuprofen, paracetamol. Igbo people don't care. They could go and bring fake one. It is because the system is corrupt. Tinubu is into drug as well, whether we like it or not, because one no drug no account koja. You think America is stupid? They know the right document. Tinubu if travel in Nigeria. The first time Tinubu was traveling out of Nigeria, but American government, it is still here. I only put my laptop on the sleep mode. Remember what I told you earlier. I'm a play Moparabo. America refused to blacklist Nigeria. They are saying to America, why not blacklist Nigeria? Over 5,000 Christians were killed. They say, no, we're not going to blacklist Nigeria, but everybody is looking for money. Abibeko, you are looking for money in a system that is not working for 63 years. Enugu State says 50% of people in Enugu cannot read and write. My last boy, the school sent a letter, not a letter, like a postcard. I gave it to him. He was able to read every sentence out of it. And you don't think that, how would you compete with that boy with the same set of children in Enugu State? Why is Enugu not having enough education to bring those young ones to the same standard? It is because it has been the corruption in the system called Nigeria. And everybody is looking for money. Bones, okay, Chris Daniel. Oh, yeah.
Maji, Shuluwo to spend on your own. Maji,
you want to look good. You want to look fine. But the system has failed me and you. We are not saying that, okay, TJ Baba, as you're welcome into the program, share it, invite your friend. This platform talks about self-determination on how to collapse Nigeria. Whatever that means to you, collapse means collapse. I want to see a Biafra where we can play football. Do you know that in this country, they are cheating us? 3 countries is playing football: Wales, England, Scotland. In Nigeria, we'll be looking for one Igbo goalkeeper. We'll be looking for one middle belt to stay in the middle. We'll be looking for Rashidi Yekini to play number 6. We're looking for Daniel Mokochi. We're looking for... Why not have different countries? You have a great solution to it soon. We're going to Dublin. Even if it travel, not doing, but we need a lot of money to be able to go and do, hair. Friday night lava. I hope you love the big screen. Somebody sent me a message from Sheffield. Say, Mr. Koiki, he actually sent the message in the morning, and he sent the one that I normally put on the portrait. So when I did the one in the afternoon, he resent another message and said, Mr. Koiki, this one is much better. Sometimes I'm just lazy. It takes a time to set up the background until we have the whole system working. Then, those on the Koikimedia, they are watching from the laptop, but the quality, I'm not happy with it. Continue to fund the GoFundMe. It will help us to make sure that you continue to enjoy. Somebody says, sorry, I am just curious. Curious about what? Put a question there. If it's something that I answer, I will try my best. Bones, okay, Chris Daniel. Oya Mongbadun. Oya Kokwaye.
Shuluwo to le spend on your own. Maji on my day on. Kokaye, if you rubbish my talent, no be you I sing for.
You want to rubbish Igbowo. Which Koiki is this? Which Koiki is us? Koiki Koikimedia, Ijebode nani. I don't know which one is yours. It's a big family. But this one is Ijebode. Teba ti gbọ́ Koiki tó be key. Constant star. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni kan kó mọ kájọ máa kú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ẹ lọ bẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ bàbá Ebenezer Obey. Bàbá tèmi nìyẹn. Kò ń ṣe bàbá mi gangan. So many of you wants to rubbish Igbowo Oòṣà. You want to rubbish Nnamdi Kanu. You want, I got a call from one of our media says, I don't know, I'm going to confirm with him that one of our media is trying to rubbish Simon Ekpa. I just laugh. They say Simon Ekpa is working for the federal government. At least the Dabaru Nigeria. The only name where Tinubu they hear right now, na Simon Ekpa, is the shit for body. Even if the federal government is sponsoring Simon Ekpa, all the way from Georgia, good evening, all the way, Babami Sunday, I want a white garment in here. I go to white garment church. Once again, when they come out of Psalm 26, because there's a lot of danger. Look, this year is going to be blood. On a serious note, let me see what I just picked up somewhere on Twitter. Let me see. Let me see if I can I picked something on Twitter earlier. I think there's a guy called Sprinter. I follow a lot of people on Twitter. There's going to be a lot of shit going to happen this year. This year is a blood year. It's going to be bloody this year. Take it or leave it. It's going to be blood in 2020. I'm not talking about Nigeria, across the world. The likely that there will not be a civil war coming or a third world war is very, very slim. Go and see what is happening in the Red Sea. Power is changing. There's a lot of shit going on around the world. And whether we like it or not, Happy New Year to you as well. Whether we like it or not, we must prepare our mind. Some of us will survive it, a lot of us, but so far, 20,000 people have died in Palestine. Do you think the world gives a shit? They don't care. As many people have died in Libya. Do you know that some of us don't even know that do you know that there's still war going on in Sudan? Some of us probably don't even know that. You know Sudan is not settled as we speak right now. Make Africa unsettled so that the West can continue to remain like, the big boy, the big father for us. When we are Congo has what it takes to feed the entire world, but yet Congo is in a big mess. the war is still going on between Russia and Ukraine. And it is all these are televised. So the war in Nigeria, we can avert it if the current administration is serious to negotiate and have a discussion to start with releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Continue to say the joke, if we release Nnamdi Kanu, it will be creating problem. No, it's not going to create any problem. What problem is it creating? He wants the right to self-determination. That right will be respected. Again, but Chris Daniel Deleton, okay, 1 minute and just 30 seconds. Boom, okay. I thought I used to know it as face me, I face you, until one of my uncle just told me, no, it has been upgraded. You slap me, I slap you. Which one is slap me, I slap you? At 35 years old, you cannot even live a better life. At 35, if you live in Europe and you know what you're doing, you should have already settled down with a wife, probably 2 children, with a mortgage. You don't need a car because car is luxury in Europe and America. But sometimes you need it for commitment, work, for family. Or if you live in some areas like London, you don't need a car. It's too stressful. There's too much headache, traffic. I haven't driven in the last 3 years in London. Do I miss driving? 3 years. I have a full driver license. Clean. You know what I say? Something is clean. No points. No points. I just don't need a car presently. My children are saying, Dad, we need a car. I say, okay. Sometimes if we have to go out, we can Uber. I love the bus. It gives me the views of London. Do I plan to go back to drive? Oh, yes, at some point. At 35 years old, a lot of you in Nigeria are still not getting the bearings. It is not your fault. We should hold the government accountable for the failure not to develop Nigeria to the standard where we can be able to be proud Nigerians. Many of you probably say, it has been worse like that, Koiki. It's because the Igbos destroyed the regional government. I agree. But who destroyed the 1914 amalgamation? Is it the Igbos? Why do we tell lies against ourselves? We want to sort a problem. You are telling me about 1967, but you don't want to talk about 1914. So who are you feeling? Who are you deceiving? I saw, okay, I'm going to come out of the TikTok for a few minutes. I got to put something quickly on Facebook that I picked up. I'm coming back, those of you on TikTok. Let me quickly post it. There's a guy I saw. No, not this one. I did a screenshot of it. Yeah, that's it. Let me quickly post it on Koikimedia. Then I'll go and reference to it. It's loading quickly. Bam, bam, bam. Internet is very fast. Boom. Now, ready. That's it. So we go back on TikTok quickly. So we are back on TikTok. Now, let me go on my Facebook page. I've just posted something. You see the West, British or Britain. I'm still losing a platform and this phone is just sitting there doing nothing. It's unfair that people that wants to listen to me, I'm not giving them opportunity to listen. So which platform should we use? What do you think? Twitter Space or Koikimedia Instagram? Even some people have accused me. They say, look at your Instagram page is only on 9,000. No more followers. You know, somebody accused me that I don't have any more followers on Facebook, you know, that or be me. I say, look at this. Don't you know that the people that is saying the truth will not get followers? That's it now. I'm not talking about pennies and, you know, and the other one. If I did talk about that one every day, I change the narrative of what I talk about. The agronomy start bringing people that wants to hear about sex. I don't talk about sex. If I start talking about sex and I change my topic, Oh my God, the algorithm change automatically. It finds people that are interested in that kind of conversation that will come here and we'll all be laughing. But since we're not talking about that, there's somebody I picked up that the British used. He fought against the British behind the German until Britain brought him to their own side. He's a Nigerian. I'll give you the background. Maybe some of you have heard about him. I picked this up from the Twitter. His name is Captain Magumeri. So let's go and find him on the Google. Captain Magu. Okay, that's Google. No, not the football one. No. Let me put Nigeria. He actually find Montgomery, but he's bringing somebody from Captain. Let me make sure I get the name right. His name is Captain Kairi. Okay, Captain Kairi. Let me put Kairi. How many people have heard about this man before? Kairi. Let me get the spelling right. K. 1 minute, bear with me. Kyary. Kyary. Kairi. Yeah, I found him. Yeah, he's a Nigerian soldier. I'll give you his background in a minute. But let me start. Which platform should we start? So let this one be playing. So I think which platform? Yeah, go on, okay, my work is done now. They talk to Akeredolu, they talk to Ajimobi, they talk to all these politicians where they buy house all over the world. You only sleep in one. They return. You know, we are confused. They say that Akeredolu died in Nigeria, and all of a sudden they say they don't bring the body back from Germany. We leave that to the world of the Nigerian politics. Let's go back again. Yeah, bones, okay. Last lap, Lawa. Yeah.
I need that. Hello.
Hello. Let's leave this down now. Let's come back to Loyegbo and let's now start again.
Orí ẹ̀ ò burú ó rí pé gbogbo nǹkan tí mò ń bá yín fa ẹ̀rù mò ń bá yín ṣeré ọmọ yẹn tẹ́tí ránṣẹ́ mi tẹ́ ń pè àtàwọn ọ̀gá rẹ̀ tẹ́ ń ránṣẹ́ mi pẹ́ fẹ́ fún mi lówó kí n stop ẹ̀kẹ́ fi lè dìbò 2023 ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú ẹ̀yin ọmọ rẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ìran yóò bá dáadáa dáwọn yìí ẹ̀yin nìkan lẹ̀ ń pa ọmọ yẹn ó tẹ́ kó lọ lóyìnbó tẹ́ fi ń ra lé sílùú èbó ó tẹ́ fi tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n mọ adọ́là ní káàkiri ní club ẹ sọ àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ àwọn àǹtí wa ẹ sọ wọn dolóso wọ́n parí ìwé wọn níríṣẹ́ wọ́n sọ lóso ẹ sọ gbọ́n àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n tó parí ìwé yunifásitì ẹ sọ wọn dọ ọlọ́kadà ẹ sọ wọn dọ márúwá ọwọ́ ni wọ́n kàn fẹ́ mi òjòdú Sunday gbowó àìná àbúrò fẹ́ bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ níbo ló ti mọ̀ níbo lè ní àti ẹ ti dàpọ̀ kí ló dé ní àti ẹ pọ̀ tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé ọkùnrin tẹ́ ń kọ bọ̀ wọ́n máa nu Fẹ́mi àbíkílò dùdú àbíkílò pẹ̀lẹ́ yìí bọ́sìtà kó oníkọ́mọdé tó àìpé wọ́n parọ́ pé ìgbówó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ níkọ́mọdé kú mọ́ lójú tó àìpé fún mi ló àmọ́ gbówó lọ́wọ́ yín bẹ́ẹ̀. gbogbo ọgbọ́n tẹ́sà fi discourage mi lórí prógámù yìí lẹ́sàn bàálù tó dẹ̀ ti fò lọ́rọ̀ Yorùbá lọ́wọ́ tí mo wà yìí bàálù tó ti fò lẹ́ ń tawọ́ sí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá lọ́wọ́ ètèmi àti ìjọ fà yìí èmi kọjá ní tẹ́ẹ̀pẹ́ fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ rẹ fún mi lówó wọ́n gan fẹ́mi tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ sọ lọ́wọ́ tó mi so lówó lọ́wọ́ tó mi ẹran kó lórí burúkú náà dáadáa sí wọ́n gan lówó lọ́wọ́ tó mi ni débi pé ìwọ ń sọ yamayama ń pè mí tọ́ọ̀gì tó bá nírú mi lọ́mọ ọmọ dúpẹ́ fọlọ́ ni ọ̀sùn mi dáwọn olóòórùn àwọn tẹ̀ ń kó kiri tẹ̀ ń gbọ́n ọ̀sẹ̀ kiri ni tí n bá fẹ́ ṣe tọ́jú lẹ́yìn irú wọ ó lè sanwó mi ni ọkọ̀ tí mo ń lò tí mo nínú àgbàlá sí yàrá ìyá rẹ̀ ni ẹranko ọgbẹ́jà jàtí ẹ stop gbogbo yẹn máa tẹ̀ ń ṣe yẹn no going back lọ́rọ̀ Yorùbá lórí tí mo bá yín fa no going back táwọn kẹ́ máa ń tẹ̀ hàn tẹ́lẹ̀ rò pé ẹjọ́ ń tẹ̀ pé kọ́ lọ́wọ́ nǹkan ṣe kí 2023 ìwé tẹ́ ń fi àjẹ gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tẹ́ ń ṣe bámbám láyó ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé bí ń pọ̀ mẹ́rin kẹ́kan àwọn Fúlàní ẹgbẹ́ nípa wọn ń pa wá wọ́n ń jẹ́ àwọn bọ́dà wa gbé wọ́n ń gbé rèbèrèbè lọ́wọ́ wọn ẹ̀ ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe security ilẹ̀ Yorùbá gbogbo àti gbẹ́lẹ̀ ìbò lè wálé mọ́ ẹ̀ ronú bẹ́ẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣe mi lọ́mọ Nàìjíríà tí Fúlàní fẹ́ gbé mi lọ́mọ Nàìjíríà tí Fúlàní fẹ́ jí gbé ìláyà tẹ́ fẹ́ jí gbé Fúlàní 1 million lè dá mi lọ́nà bẹ́ẹ̀ mo sọ fún yín bọ̀ ẹ̀yin pípù yìí gbà pé wèrè ara yín gbogbo ẹ̀ sẹ́nitọ̀ wọ̀nyí ẹ̀yàn ọ̀nà ẹ̀rú tẹ́ bá ń lọ ẹ̀ kó mọ̀ pò ẹ̀ kó sójà rẹ̀ ni ọ̀sán tó lè dẹ́yìn dúró gbogbo àwọn ẹlẹ́ni tí wọ́n á tó lè ṣe security fún wọn wọ́n jí wọn gbé ẹ wo obìnrin tó wá láti ìlú òyìnbó wọ́n múlẹ̀ wọ́n bá ìyàwó sùn lójú ọkọ wọ́n bọ́ ọmọ sùn lójú bàbá tẹ́nìkan kò lè ṣe nǹkan fún wọn ẹ̀yin olórí burúkú tẹ̀ ń pẹ̀lẹ́ olóṣèlú yìí ní nǹkan kan ṣe sí wá bí ìyàwó ṣe ní jẹ Yorùbá mọ́ adé láṣẹ mọ́ eléyìí ti tó ó ti tó gẹ́ ó ti tó gẹ́ táwọn àti wọn bá parí yunifásitì táwọn tó mọ lọ kọ́ yà dẹ́sà nígbà tí wọn bá ríṣẹ́ níbi tí wọn bá ti wáṣẹ́ káàkiri tán kó ìwé presidency àsábẹ́yà ẹ mọ̀ fòkó lọ wọn ni pẹ̀fẹ́ bá wọn sùn lẹ́yìn olórúkú sẹ́nitọ̀ wọn tó lù sẹ́ǹsì kọmíṣánná olórúkú ààrẹ nígbà tó ń ṣe kọmíṣánná lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọmọ yìí àwọn tó wáṣẹ́ wá dọ̀rẹ́ tó bá sùn báwọn ọlọ́mọ tó bá yẹn wọn jẹ́ tó wáyé pé ọmọ fi ń papọ̀ bọ́ta kò ṣe fídíò pé ọmọ pamọ́ ọba àwọn ẹ̀sùn ọba àwọn ọlọ́mọ sùn nígbà tó ń ṣe kọmíṣánná tó wáṣẹ́ wá sọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ wọn náà wá fẹ́ relevant wọn náà lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn Sunday Igboho àìná ẹ̀kọ́ jáde ọlọ́run stop gbogbo yàmà yàmà tẹ̀ sí kiri yẹn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá tí mo fa inú gbé bàtẹ́ ni Yorùbá ti bọ́ lóko ẹrú ẹgbàá mo sọ fún yín yẹn gbogbo ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú tẹ kóra yín jọ tẹ ta Yorùbá Ọlọ́run balẹ̀ àtọ̀ nìyẹn jẹ́ kẹ sọ ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú kẹ sọ́ra yín o sẹ́wọ̀n pé mo mọ̀ yín dáadáa mo mà sí ní yín gan gbogbo owó tẹ̀ ń gbé kọjá sọ́hùn ó jẹ́ kọjá ọmọ yìí mi àtẹ̀yìn báyẹn o tẹ̀ ń gbé kọjá sílùú èbó gbogbo tẹ̀ kẹfẹ́ túnlẹ̀ Yorùbá ṣe kẹ fún wa níná tó dáa kẹ fún wa lómi kẹ fún wa ní security tẹ̀ ń kó kọjá lọ sílùú òyìnbó tẹ̀ lọ́ fẹ́ra lílá ńlá lásẹ̀ pé mo mọ gbogbo ẹ̀ kẹ gbé ẹnu yín lọ́wọ́ ọwọ́ lóhun fẹ́ mi òjòdú kan kórókóró yẹ bu ọ sọ ẹnu ẹ àníkẹ wá security fún Yorùbá káwọn agbẹnipa tó ń pa wáyìí kọ́mọ̀sí gbé wọ́n gbé yẹn pamọ́ kọ́mọ̀sí pa àwọn ọmọkàwé wọn.
ṣé wọn pé this was like 2 years ago if not the beginning of the journey I think about 3 years ago. Do you know that after the video the killings the massacre is still going on? I think Olóyègbówó is a prophet of our time. 2021, Oshegoni. 22, 23, 24. So 3 years ago, or probably about 2.5 years ago. Do you know that after this January, in Atisbo local government, what did you Yoruba kan gbé báyìí? Ó wà ní gbogbo ní Sàmọ́ bí tó wà. Wọ́n náà ti pè. I got a call. They wanted to put me through with a video call with the guy at the hospital, but get me. You said you think he's a prophet. Yeah, I think so. Eunice Uchechi, my beautiful Biafra sister. I say anytime we are come Canada, you go cook ogbono. Now your husband go sit down, go chop. Thank you so much. Oloye was saying things that maybe some of you don't believe that. Let's listen to the final part of that video. I mean, this video was posted inside Igboho Day. There's a group called Igboho Day, and I picked it up from there. These are reminders of why Oloye was worried. Okay, now Tinubu is there. Provide security for us in Oyo State. No. We have government now. We have government. Where is the government? Where is the government to protect the people? Where is the government? The government Morarani. Where is she, Makinde? Where is all this government?
What's going to do? All like daddy, the Sunday Igboho now. What if of me pay Baba mi sent to Rasidi Adewola Doja? làwọn lò láti get mi. Meanwhile, gbogbo ayé mọ̀ mi mọ́ bàbá mi sẹ́ńtọ́ àṣírí àdéhùn Ládẹjọ́ òun nìkan lẹni tí mo gbà fún tán torí pé lóòótọ́ ni bàbá yẹn.
Let's remind you of the Fulani atrocity. Let me first speak on the one that I saw from the PM government in Biafra, Simon Ekpa. 8 hours ago, Simon Ekpa posted, is responding to the Sahara reporter, Plateau massacre, angry women. I told you that in the afternoon broadcast. Angry women. Men know they're angry anymore. Now Chris Daniel with the dance to Korokwaye. But the women are angry. They're not on the social media. They don't care about what is happening on the social media. They are real people. They went out, they burned down the traditional ruler palace, and they burned down the office because of whatever reason. Plateau massacre, angry women burned down Boko's monarch house over victimization by the army, unlawful arrest. I'm told by I'm following a middle belt woman that is on Twitter or X, and she's from the middle belt in Plateau State. And I read from her that the military came after 12 days to arrest innocent people and say that they are the one that committed the crime. I mean, I think the military is crazy. They are mad. Dark man, very dark man was still. Very dark man. And Losi Jos, Losi Plateau State. One show video, bone, and it was Sunseno Moto. Nigeria, we not go better for whoever say no keep Nigeria. Kò bá jẹ́ pastor ni kò ní dá fún, kò bá jẹ́ imam, kò bá jẹ́ ọba ni kò ní dá fún gbogbo yín pátápátá látòkè délẹ̀. The incident wey happened since December. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Do you know that the bone, there should be like evidence to gather? But I thought the vice president went to that region. I thought they sent the IG, Egbetokun. I thought the military went there. So nobody had been able to gather the bones until that man went there after 12 days. And he was still able to find the bones, after somebody don't burn completely. And, I'm not even talking about the mineral resources he's talking about. I'm talking about, the mineral resources, we're talking about human being now. Very dark man went there and he was able to show us human bones. And you would thought that by now that would have been our bag will soon start to collect woto from us. For how long can we keep quiet? When he was asking the other man, I want to get a resident, what is this Okoboni that even gone, he shouldn't be touching that because that that area is a crime scene. Forensic. Will move it or maybe because each time a crime happens around us, you will see the forensic guy, they go arrive, they go take picture, paka. They go put tripod, they go like that. They go soldier go police. They will line up like that and they are walking on the floor. It doesn't matter whether it is cold. The other day they were looking for one woman. Mental problem. Can break down. I think I was at my mom when we were watching the video together on Sky. The woman left work. Kódà ó tún sá fún mọ́tò tó fẹ́ gbà. You wonder that somebody that did not want a car to hit her, then she went to the riverside, left some things on the floor. Do you know that they were searching for that body right inside that cold water? No go better for anybody who say no keep Nigeria. Betterness no go reach you. 12 days. very dark man went back to Boko or whatever area of that local government, and he's still able to show me and you and Nigerians around the world bones of human being. I mean, even if you don't see the reality like we see it, I'm sure some of you have watched movie where they will pack all those bones, they will seal it, they will then take it back to the forensic, they will then start analyzing who is this person that died. And this is the country you want us to stay in. So you expect me now to be coming out and say, God will make Tinubu to be able to do a forensic building so that we can be able to, how did we get to where we are? Just to back Oloyegbowo, just to back him up with what he said. This was the video sent to us from Atisbo local government. I'm going to talk about the Kaira man. I've kept it there, and I will use this phone to find where I listened to it. The person was just appreciating a Nigerian soldier that fought along with German during World War I. He was captured. The British took him to the side in Nigeria, and then they realized his potential, and he was now used to fight again back. He also fought along the Boma. He was given a lot of award. I'll tell you more about this man. But let's listen to the Yoruba people that were attacked right in Atisbo local government area in Oyo State on the 2nd of January, just 4 days ago. One of them, or two of them rather, are still in the hospital. Is that an hospital, a clinic? No fan. And they say they brought Akeredolu's body back from Germany. But me, I don't like to curse the person who don't die. Only God knows how much they spent in Germany for Akeredolu. But he went again after everything. But these ones now, there is no hospital. I'm very sure that it's just one small healthcare center that's maybe somebody from the diaspora built for them. Because one fan of a fan, only a gumbo yo, you know, one shall be bandage lórí. Irú oògùn tó yẹ kó máa lò, ibuprofen, painkiller, tó yẹ kó lò kó fit ẹ̀, àti ra fake, tó bá ṣe ń lò kò ní ṣiṣẹ́. And then you want us to pray for Nigeria, and you will go to your church and your religious centers and the mosque, and then you can show oníṣẹ̀ṣe ẹ wá ní ká máa ṣàdúrà fún Nigeria. And we have Oyo State governor. A máa ṣe jigijigi pẹ̀lú ìyàwó àbí girlfriend. Àwọn dẹ̀ ń gbé nínú state, and they care less about the. Ṣé Ṣèyí Mákindé ò gbọ́ gbogbo ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Atisbo? So àwa la máa gbọ́ nìkan. I mean, they have what it takes to listen to all this. If I am in UK and I'm feeling the pain of people in Atisbo local government, where is Ṣèyí Mákindé? Is he alive? Lọ́mọ ẹ̀ka kú o. Wọ́n nígbà tó gbé bọ́dì yẹn dé, Adélékè nìkan ló lọ gba òkú yẹn jáde lọ́wọ́ wọn ní airport. Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún Akérédolú náà máa wò láti òkè báyìí. Ọ̀kan nígbà tó gbé òkú yẹn dé, Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún lọ, ó rányàn lọ. How busy could they be? Ṣèyí Mákindé ò lọ. Sanwó-Olú tó wà lÉkòó lọ. 3 Yoruba governors that should go and receive the body of Akeredolu, they didn't go. Bí àwọn babaláwo wọn ti sọ fún wọn pé ẹ má lọ o. Ṣé wọn pé iná láwọn iṣẹ́ kan tá à ń ṣe fún yín, ẹ má lọ. You know, all these things happen. It shows that we are only going to be here for a very, very limited time. I told you, if the next generation survives 70 years in Nigeria, you will be very lucky. If Nigeria still remains Nigeria, you will be very, very lucky. Because according to the WHO, you are not going to survive more than 52.3 years old. if you survive, let me say shout out to those of you that are coming in, because like I said, it's a very light program. I'm not making it look like, I'm in a war zone. I don't want to just relax my body and just take it as it is. So let's appreciate some of you that have joined us so far. And we're not in a rush. And nobody can rush me. You can go and sleep and download the video. Although I'm in Nigeria, enter the wall abroad. LFC ibite wode kepadawa. Baba mi warich, don't run me leti kwe Jumoke Oyeleke. No justice for her. We tend to talk about our own because it's our own. What about Dr. Chinelu? Is it because she's from Southeast? We don't remember her. Dr. Chinelu posted from the train attack and says that I've been shot. And somebody posted on that tweet and say, is it in Biafra land that they shot you? Basically, do marry. The cry of the innocent Nigerians, let me just put it like that, will make Nigeria collapse very soon. Especially those that died when they should not have died. Dr. Chinelu was just 72 hours or thereabout to travel to Canada from what we heard. Chinelu is not a Yoruba name, definitely Southeast, but she worked in Kaduna as a doctor serving humanity, and she was shot by a Fulani terrorist on a train traveling from Abuja to Kaduna. She was still able, maybe as at the time, have a bit of strength, because when bullets enter your body, they kill straight away. If they can get you help and assistance as quickly as possible. And she took her phone. She knows that Twitter is the only way that she will be able to update her account. She sent the tweet out, people retweeted it, and then one person just tweeted on it and say, is that gunshot from Biafra land or Igbo land or Southeast? And she was literally shot right close to Kaduna. Do you know that many Biafrans have been taken out of their zone, killed? Do you know that Buhari gave order for the massacre of many people in the Southeast? Evidence is there. But because a lot of things happen in Nigeria simultaneously, we lose track of all these things because nobody, I don't even have the capacity. Look, to be able to do the media work where we can have all these things in one place where you can see, it means that I don't have the time. We would have to employ people and we would dedicate them for that role to say any Fulani videos, any Fulani message of crime, put it in our website. It's going to need somebody that will use to dedicate that. But when we don't have the money, many atrocities are still happening as we speak today. Mukiawa Elizabeth, Mukibabawa Warish Jinodo, that remind me of Bamishe. What about the lawyer that was shot by the Nigerian police? Okay, we might not like the Igbos because they destroyed Lagos during the NSAS, but Yoruba people were killed as well. What about Oyigbo? Oh, maybe I should remind you of the El Zakizaki. They killed his children. We don't have to agree with his own religion views, whether it's Iranian religion is doing, whether it is Sufi or whatever he's doing, or Muslim or whatever. Humanity is humanity. El Zakizaki lost his children by the Nigerian army because the chief of staff wanted to pass through. They were doing their possession. Dignity means that, okay, talk to them and say, look, the chief of staff is passing through this side. Why must the chief of staff? Oh, somebody is reminding me that Koiki, you did forget too much. What about Deborah? You don't talk about Deborah. Is that the kind of word we want to continue? And then some people will come on the social media and it is me you want to attack. You don't want to attack the system that is creating the loophole to allow Deborah to be killed. And the person was saying, Nami put matches. Do you know that according to what I heard, that Deborah was literally running towards the police station thinking that she will be safe She was lynched to death. There's no inquiries. What about Tolulope Arotile? It is the same government that trained her, the first helicopter combat pilot. And we heard that inside the same cantonment in Kaduna or whatever, a friend that I've seen her long, I mean, I hope I won't see a friend that I've seen me long time and will reverse and hit me with the car and kill me. I know it does happen. A young girl here in UK, English girl, drove right to her boyfriend, locked him under the car for about 160 yards. The guy died. I believe she probably have been sentenced, or maybe next week, I don't know. I know shit happened as well. Last year, we lost 3 youths in UK, English. They were driving. The police could not find where they were, and they died inside the vehicle. There was another one that drove, and they eventually went into the cold ice water, and they didn't survive it. But all that as something that will be reviewed and make sure that it doesn't happen in the next future for the next person. But we are talking about things that are happening continuously in Nigeria, and every time we just come, Mokidadi Dari Joe, it's been a while. Mourinho, share business, Happy New Year. It was a lie about the people that killed Tolulope. How did we get to all this situation room? It is because the British knew what they were doing. They knew that we were never going to be one. They forced us to live together, and that is where the hatred started. Let me appreciate you as you're joining. To all the Koikimedia backup team. Olakunle, shout out to you. Olakunle is one of our team that works quietly behind the scene. He will pick up something and will say, Mr. Koiki, I want you to go and review this again. We have many of you like that with your feedback. Moki Babawa, Prince Adiola, Moki Alex Uche, Baba Madekunle Israel, thank you so much. And you asked my view and opinion about what is happening with Israel and Palestine. I just think humanity is dead already. I mean, that numbers of people that have died, both sides, they can have their own 2 different countries, but America will never allow such. I understand our feelings, but the problem is, how did we get to where humanity just look away and allow crime? Okay, is it because this one is televised? 5 million people were killed during the Biafra War. We don't talk about that because it is Biafra. We hate the Igbos people. We don't want to talk about that. But we want to talk about the one that we are seeing presently. But there's so many videos that is out there indicating the crime that the same British colluded with the Nigerian government to fight the Biafra. What do we do to all this problem? Do we do another election in 2027 and bring in Tinubu back? Dennis Otto, good morning. Or should we just say enough is enough? This is where we come in. This is where we continue to speak out. But the person where they speak now the one will be problem. Because it's like you want to put all the anger that we are trying to diffuse on us. Koiki, shut up. You can't sit in UK and be dictating. Who am I dictating to? Who am I to dictate? I have my brother on the ground. Every day he's sending message. He needs money. I have my family in Ijebu. They don't have electricity. They don't have security. They want to go to the farm. They haven't got the tractors. They haven't got the fertilizer. Money has been given for all these allocation have been given for it, but one person just walk away with it. It could be Igbo, there could be Yoruba, there could be Middle Belt, there could be Bende, there could be anybody. When they're all stealing the money, they're careless. Dezani have a case that has been transferred to 2025. She will not leave this country because she's a flight risk. I saw her. I looked at her face and I said, this is you, Dezani. So this is the Dezani that they are saying. I run after her. One of our security detail or whatever that came with her wanted to touch me. Dezani said, don't do that, because they know the consequence of what is going to happen. We are waiting for her, God willing, on November 2025. It might look like it's long. It's just near. Ike Kirimadu will not return back to Nigeria even if Tinubu complete an 8-year tenure. What a merciful God we have. They have what it takes to build the standard hospital, to take care of the same problem that their children will have for themselves. But they failed every single one of us. They lied to us. They were just using the opportunity that they are now the one in charge and they will do whatever they want to do, even if some of them have the good intention. But the problem is the British knew very, very well that the system is corrupt and it will never work. Let's listen to these Yoruba people, how they were again attacked by the same people that we talked about, the Fulanese. Who are the Fulanese? Were they part of Nigeria at the beginning? Because maybe we should go and consult Ifa again, that were these people part of the geographical that Baba Awolowo said that British call Nigeria? Because there was nothing called Nigeria before. It used to be whatever it was called, whether it is Oyo Empire, the Igbo Empire, the Hausa Empire, but it was never Nigeria until 1914 fraudulent amalgamation. Let me remind us, we will collapse this country. Some of you say we don't have the capacity to do so. I said, no problem. Tinubu will not be able to run 100 meters in the next 8 years. Even if he can do that now, I'll be surprised. Sheyi Tinubu can do that. But I bet you we will collapse Nigeria on top of Sheyi Tinubu with all his wealth. Even if he has intention to become whatever in Nigeria, we will collapse it. Moriembe easy dollar. Egbomi atata. Àwọn èèyàn tí náà like top you, Egbomi. Sister mi kan sọ pé, Mr. Koiki, this one wey dey blow for tonight. Mr. Kefi Adewale Adebi, tell Sheyi Tinubu to take as much. I went to show you Sheyi Tinubu's house. Some of you were praying that I don't like something good. Money that, okay, you say Sheyi Tinubu is a businessman. It's a monopoly. If I am a monopoly, I'm the only one allowed to bring Vaseline to Nigeria, I will become a billionaire in no time. Appreciation to our sister Funke Akindele. I was told she released a movie that I hit about ₦1 billion. At least we know that she's doing something. What about Sheyi Tinubu? Okay, you say he has a business. What business? It deals with advertisement that nobody can take charge of the same business in Lagos State. That is monopoly. I went to his house that he bought through Aluko, a corrupt money, a corrupt system. A lot of you were commenting in that video. You were even accusing me that I don't like good things. Enjoy your Nigeria until it's going to collapse. Inflation is about 28%. I guess it's going to be more than that, ×2 before the end of the year. Bishop Adesina said you will buy chicken at 100,000 before the end of the year. Some of you will never even eat chicken anymore anyway. When was the last time you had proper meal? Egg, bread, baked beans, and inside that egg you put corned beef, and then you have tea, hot tea, Lipton tea with milk. A lot of you cannot even afford to buy full powdered milk. You are buying sachet milk. And you don't even buy it in bulk. You will buy it as you pay as you go, as you need it. Many of you don't borrow money. You think it's about Fulani alone. The economy is killing every part of Nigeria on a daily basis. The Naira has become a mess. Go and look at Venezuela. You would think that Venezuela doesn't have crude oil. They have enough crude oil. Their currency is dead already. You think IMF give a toss about what happened to Nigeria. You think the World Bank cares. You think the Chinese care. You think the Sukuk Bank or whatever loan. Let us continue to borrow money. I know it's good to borrow, but we cannot fund it. An Englishman I watched the video said, and I quote, that America is in debt, but is in debt in dollar. We are in debt, we're in debt in dollar. We're not in debt in Naira. That means we have to continue to look for dollar to pay America or whoever borrows us the money. We want the West to dictate to the Africans. You think the West cares about whether you live a good life or not? Many of you will come into this country through education or through your COS, and you will ask me how you will change that your status so that you can remain to live in UK. I understand. We should not live in denial. There is just a lot happening in that messed up country, and it is a deliberate act. Let's listen to this.
Orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá, Yorùbá ni mí àti Yorùbá government. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ìgbà tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní òní olónìí náà ni wọ́n ń lọ sípò, wọ́n lọ ń wá àtijẹ àti mu ni wọ́n ń wá lọ. Àtijẹ àti mu ni wọ́n ń bá lọ lónìí tí wọ́n lọ sínú pápá. Ẹ wò ó tí wọ́n ṣá wọn. Láì ṣe pé bóyá pé èèyàn lọ ń jìyà kiri tí wọ́n ṣá wọn ládàá yóò tí wọ́n lọ sóko. Kí lẹ fẹ́ ká ṣe pẹ̀lú gbogbo eléyìí tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí nísìnyí? Ẹ sì ní òní sí ogun ní Yorùbá, ẹ sì ní àní lọ. Yorùbá ni wá o, àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó lè máa pa nípa sàrà o. Àìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó lè máa pa nípa sàrà, ẹ ti rí sẹ́hun tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ wa Yorùbá. Láì ṣe pé a jẹ́ bí màálù àbí a jẹ́ bí ẹran tó máa pa nípa sàrà. Yorùbá ni wá, Yorùbá yé wa, Yorùbá ni wá o. Àti gbọ́dọ̀ kàkùmẹ̀tì ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí ní sáìdì Òfìkì, sáìdì Ṣakí state. Ìkẹyìn tí wọ́n bá yọ lórí pé àtijọ́ àti mú ẹnì kejì rẹ̀ àti ìrẹ́ ènìyàn báyìí nísìnyí. Wọ́n sọnù ní, ó nù ní báwa àti ìrẹ́ tó ń báyìí nísìnyí. Kí lẹ fẹ́ ká ṣe báyìí nísìnyí? Ẹ wá lógun ò ní ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ dákun abẹ́ wá o, Yorùbá ni wá o, àti gbọ́dọ̀ kàkùmẹ̀tì ẹ jọ gbogbo ẹ̀yin dẹ́kun àní lókè o.
Where is the government?
Ẹ jọ ọmọ Yorùbá.
I mean,
iṣẹ́ ta ní ká máa ṣe náà là ń ṣe.
Wọ́n náà tọ́ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílùú òkè. African Confidential, shout out to you, my brother. Yes, and I mean, they are calling on the diaspora, but we are not the one in government. I mean, there's a government in place called Seyi Makinde. He has a deputy. They have a budget. Part of the budget also entails for security of the state. Oh, so you want us now to come, Koiki, Yoruba, Kadao, Kasende Siyi, Keloshi this, Keloshi that. I have said it. We will all be forced to do whatever needs to be done. I'm not going to be saying we have to, look, I'm not even going to say we're going to, there will not be election 2027. I'm not going to use that phrase this time around because we tried to tell you it was not worth it in 2023. Many Yoruba people, many Nigerians refused to listen. You believed in these, your fraudulent government. The government that says that, yeah, I understand. But what is he going to do?
The cost of fuel has gone up. Food and other prices have followed it. Households and businesses struggling. Things seem anxious and uncertain. I understand the hardship you face. I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Why is Tinubu saying that there is no other way? There must be an other way. Mokiba about Taiwo Laniwaju. Yami Morofa Lawa Mokima. What is the next plan? Just continue to talk, create awareness, fight each other on the Twitter space, abuse each other because that is what the English people or the Yoruba people, I mean the European countries want. But the English are speaking as well. They're speaking on behalf of us. They can't do much if they start making a lot of crime against us. Somebody said, Baba is saying it's patient that is needed at this time. Okay, we agree. We need a lot of patience. We did that patient with Buhari for 8 years. It will not be long before Tinubu 8 years and we will all come out again and start all over again. Do you think that Tinubu will do something different away from Buhari? I agree with everybody's views. Some say we should give him more time. It is too early to call the shot. Even Wole Soyinka said it will need 1 year. before he can respond to Tinubu's government. We're not here to say that Tinubu destroyed Nigeria, but he played part of the current crisis that we are facing. Tinubu brought in Buhari. He knew that Buhari was not capable. Tinubu could have sponsored somebody else. Even Tunde Bakari told us that he saw Buhari in his vision. Buhari was driving without any steering, no brakes, no nothing. And he was wondering, how was Buhari driving this vehicle? Now we know how Buhari drove the vehicle. Buhari collapsed everything that Jonathan already collapsed halfway through from the fraudulent 16 years of the PDP. So when we talk about the destruction of Nigeria, we must hold Tinubu accountable as well for selling us Buhari. But he didn't sell us Buhari, he negotiated Buhari for his own selfish interest. Like saying that Tinubu was selfish because he knew that there was nothing he could do. But Tinubu said, I should remind you again that Kelo Shekini. No, not the
Ọlọ́run ni mo sọ fún yẹn. Gbogbo nǹkan tó lọ fún bàbá mi láì kò bàbá mi ò tí ì yọ̀ǹda mẹ́sàn-án fún mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ó kọ̀ mí ju ti bàbá mi lọ. Gbogbo àti bọ́lá mo lọ sí bàbá mi. Ojúmọ̀ ní mọ́kàn mọ́ dàkọ̀ mi nìkan àìdá kẹ́ sọ́n dáadáa tàbí kẹ́ sọ́n burúkú ẹ̀ sá sọ̀kan omi lọ́lọ́run fún. Bí n bá sì kú ẹ̀ lè gbà ṣe lè ṣe.
Ẹ̀ lè gbà ṣe ṣe. But Tinubu ní kí n sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé kẹ́ ṣe kí ni.
Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ epo àwọn á di 200 á di mẹ́fà. Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ àgbàgbé wálẹ̀. Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ epo àwọn á di 200 á di mẹ́fà. Ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀ àgbàgbé wálẹ̀. Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, ẹ lọ
And I
fọkàn.
guess that is exactly one comment that came in, says we should be patient with Tinubu. I don't think I'm fighting Tinubu. I'm just calling his attention to the insecurity across Nigeria. I'm not being selfish now. I'm surprised that the chief commander, not Commander Ebenezer Obey, the CFR, the GCFR, whatever the title they're giving Tinubu, cannot even take Aso Rock serious and give orders. Is Bola Tinubu really in charge, or is he another puppet behind the scene? There's so many people that are controlling him. Tinubu negotiated for his own selfish interest at the expense of the Yoruba people. I am happy that this Tinubu that was once a Fobaje now becoming a shenanigan. Some say it is too early to call him that, sir. We're not here to bring him down, but we are also here to call his attention for giving us Buhari that destroyed every goddamn part of Nigeria. What do we do? What can we do? The West are trying. They are reminding us that Britain is concerned. Britain doesn't have what Russia has. Britain rely on America as much as they rely on the European countries. Let's listen to this. Muki Grandma Felicia Jagbe. If you are not aware, while this is going on, I will post our GoFundMe. Let's try and raise some money again tonight. Support it. It's still less than £500 so far. I know it's January. We all have bills to pay, but we also have a media that you need for constant, innovative, and digital transformation. Don't be selfish. I'm sure we all can donate. 50,000 people, £1, $1, we will get there. Mr. Shane Sean say, a good Sunday is determined by Saturday. Mark my word, Buhari's government will be better than Tinubu. You are probably giving me another angle to talk from. I love when people challenge me. Let's leave Kiss Daniel alone. And let's go straight to what you said, because I just want to help you to disagree with you. I know you don't like me to disagree with you tonight, Mr. Shin, but maybe I can help you with these, our mother, that told me that Tinubu's government is the best government that we've had so far. Let's listen to her.
All disappoint wa bàbá yìí disappoint wa àpọ̀jù wa jẹ́ kan ni ibi tá a fi wọ́n síbẹ̀ la síbẹ̀ wọ́n disappoint wa. Àmọ́ ó sọ fún wọn ní pé Yorùbá ronú ṣé nǹkan sọ pé wọn ò ronú ni àbí èwo lè tẹ̀ sí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n ronú bàbá yẹn tẹ̀sí bàbá yẹn bá wọn jù wá jẹ́ o nítorí pé ibi tá a fi wọ́n síbẹ̀ la bá wọn o wọ́n disappoint wọn fọkàn gbogbo wa tá a dìbò fún wa la fọwọ́ mọ́jú àwọn gírètì àwọn ọmọ mọ́jú ẹbí pa wájú. Mr. Tinubu Ahmed ó lọ sí ọjà Ìdúmọ̀tà ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó àwọn èèyàn àwọn aráàlẹ̀ wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pariwo mọ́ pé ní pawá ọdún ìlú ẹbí ń pa wá ṣùgbọ́n bàbá yìí ó tún fún wọn lọ́kàn balẹ̀ pé ẹ máa wọlé lọ́kàn balẹ̀. Ebi pọ̀ o gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kọ́mọ̀jẹ̀ kan dòde o ebi ti pọ̀ jù o. Ǹjẹ́ òní dàbí àìsàn ọdún? Kò dàbí àìsàn ọdún kọ̀ọ̀kan rárá. Kò dàbí àìsàn ọdún. Oníkálukú kan wọ kiri ni kò sówó kò sájà gbogbo ságbẹ́ ni. Gbogbo ságbẹ́ ni o. Kí wọ́n lè ń gbà yín fún ọdún tó ń bọ̀ báyìí.
I just wanted to help you, Mr. Shane. I'm sure we now agree. These are current videos. Follow our backup channel. There's a lot of short videos that will be coming, and many of such, just to harass, because I don't want people to come up and say this year, Koiki, you can't sit in the UK and tell us what is happening in Nigeria. So I have given a big task to all our team across Nigeria to go out there. Maybe we should hear from these. Nigerian says the 2024, our leaders should do what? Let's listen to another one.
So good afternoon, my sister from Koikimedia. Please, can you tell us your name? Can you speak up, please?
My name is Victoria. I am Victoria.
Okay. Please, can you tell us? Can you explain to us as we now that today is 31st of December 2023, the last day of this year. Tomorrow now we just have less than 24 hours. So we get to the next
because of
year,
TikTok, already complaining because of the video.
What does the atmosphere look like today?
But we talk and a little bit nicer than
Okay, so what are your wishes for the next year that we're just about to enter? Because in some other countries now, New Zealand and other countries now, I think there are just few hours for the next year. So what are your wishes before next year comes?
I wish Nigeria is better. And I also wish we are united. You know, other countries are much more developed than we are. So they can
Take those words. These are very well-educated Nigerians. You can hear what she said. She wished that Nigerians were united, which is okay. I mean, we've got to be united, but we can be united away from Nigeria as different countries. And I don't think those that are living in different countries are united, but they manage each other. But can we truly say we will unite in the current state of Nigeria after 63 years? Again, we need a lot of equipment for my team on the ground. They need the wireless mic. All this thing is going to cost me money. I don't have that money. So we're using the little resources right now. We are ready to serve the Yoruba people and go out there, because what they are doing gradually is bringing the current up-to-date of situation room in Nigeria. We need to buy gadgets. We need to increase the capacity of what they're using. I have just set up one, in the next couple of days, they'll be coming out doing their own program apart from what I'm doing. I just sent, you remember last year I told you I sent some goods to Nigeria, computer, monitor, one of them is already ready to go now, in terms of, even if it's not a long program like myself, we will dedicate complete day, Monday to Friday, particular hour, It needs to have a constant electricity, a generator. All these things, or you just want to be seeing my own face every day. I don't think you want to see my own face every day. You want to see other things as well. That's why these things are all on the ground. And I move them from one place to the other, from Lagos to Ogun State to Ojo. They're trying their best to bring up to date of the present situation in Nigeria and in Yoruba land. So tonight, it's all about the review again. Where are we? What can we do? I want to pick one more video from what the video that came back. See if I can get one more. Okay, this is what is the current price of vegetable? Let's share this.
So, àwọn ẹ̀tọ́ wá ní fáwọn èèyàn wa náà tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ tó fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ yìí. Nǹkan tó kún tó gbé nǹkan wọ́n gan ọkọ̀ òní. Bábá sọ̀rọ̀ lè yé ewé ẹ̀wọ̀n àti ọyẹ́ ìyóyè tó wé torí pé kò sójú. Òkè ẹ̀wọ̀n pé tí ó bá sójú mọ̀ láti jẹ́ kí nǹkan máa dè. Ẹ̀wọ̀n kéèyàn lè tún ṣe
irrigation. So even if we're not getting the rain, there can be irrigation to support the farmers. Our Mr. Femi Adeyemi, good morning, sir. Mr. Oyelabi Amusa, good morning. Prince Adekunle, good morning. Mr. Warij, they say, how hard is hard, how tough is tough in the question mark. Our people are not lazy. Nigerians are not lazy, but we don't have the system, to make things work. So I want to move swiftly to another angle that I picked up on Instagram. And I'm going to look for that exact video from this guy that I posted. So I'm going to go back to my Facebook page where I posted the video right now. So that I can now go on the Instagram page of the guy. I want us to listen because it would be nice to listen to it first before I do a kind of summary. So what the British did, they used a lot of our people during the World War I and World War II to fight for their own, whatever reason that they were fighting for. So this video I picked up from somebody called Ismaila Salisu. I guess it's somebody from the north. It could be Fulani, it could be Hausa, I don't know. But it just came through my Instagram yesterday. So what I quickly did, I did a screenshot because I will not remember the name again. And I didn't want to download the videos. We keep downloading videos all the time. So his name is Ismaila. So let's go and look for Ismaila. Ismaila. Yeah, that's him. So I guess Ismaila Muhammad Salisu is called. It might be somebody in military, but I could see that he has so many. He has Bajabia Mila. He has the former terrorist guy called Isa Batami or whatever, Mayegun Namali called them. So a lot of, yeah, I can see that, 2024. So it might be in military, I don't know. But let's listen to this because he actually posted this video. Then we're gonna talk about it. What is the end game? And I want to make sure I have charge. Please remember to support us. Your support is well needed. I know a lot of you wants to support. You don't have the means, but those that have the means, do not hesitate. If you really, really want to support and you're not too sure how, reach out to me. It is important that we get as many of your support so that we can be able to do much more in 2024. The more you support them, I will not be able to show the video, but if you want to watch the video, go to Ismaila Salisu on Instagram. Let's listen to Ismaila Salisu with this video. Sorry.
This is the story of the greatest Nigerian army warrior of all time. His name is Captain Kyari Magumiri. Born in 1897, a Nigerian soldier who fought in both World War I and II. Magumiri was from Borno State. In 1913, he crossed the border to northern Cameroon and joined the German forces to fight against Britain during World War I. In 1915, the German forces awarded him the Iron Cross, second most highest medal of honor, for his bravery and efforts in fighting through a British ambush and serving lives of many Germans upon the death of his German officer. Magumiri was later captured by the British in Garoua and was taken as a prisoner of war. The British realized his amazing tactics in war and bravery. In 1917, he was released and was offered to join the Nigeria Regiment to fight on the side of the British during World War II. He was posted to the 3rd Battalion and was given the rank of sergeant in 1920 and company sergeant major in 1924, and was promoted to the rank of regimental sergeant major just after the Aba women's riot in 1929. During World War II, Magumiri was posted to East Africa and then North Africa. He saw the capture of Mogadishu and fought through the Abyssinian campaign. After the defeat of Italy, his battalion was posted to Sierra Leone, where he met and trained Nigerian recruits such as General Aronsi Maimolari and Philip Effiong. When his battalion was merged with the 81 and 82 West Africa Division, he followed them to the Burma, present-day Myanmar. In 1945, after the end of World War II, he represented the 3rd Battalion in a victory parade in London and was awarded the British Empire Medal of Honor. He was promoted from the rank of Company Sergeant Major to the rank of Captain, being the first non-commissioned officer to be given the rank of Captain in British West Africa. He retired in 1953 as a captain in the Nigeria Regiment. May his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. His name remains revered in Nigeria. Amongst those with a sense of pride in their nation and its history, he played a crucial role in the shaping of a new generation of Nigerian soldiers. An army barracks was named after him in Lokoja. God bless our fallen heroes. God bless the Nigerian army. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Amen. Of the greatest Nigerian.
Did you listen to that? I'm sure we all did. I just want to monitor my screen and pick up comments coming through from the bigger screen. So bear with me. How many of us listened to that? Do you want us to play it one more time? Let's play it one more time.
An army warrior of all time. His name is Captain Kyari Magumiri. Born in 1897, a Nigerian soldier who fought in both World War I and II. Magumiri was from Borno State. In 1913, he crossed the border to northern Cameroon and joined the German forces to fight against Britain during World War I. In 1915, the German forces awarded him the Iron Cross, second most highest medal.
All right. Okay, already TikTok is already messing around, so I'm going to leave the video. So we've got a bit of feel from that video. Number one, let's go now according to Wikipedia, because I found this person on Wikipedia. Kyari Magumiri is called. That is his name. And I've posted that on Facebook and Instagram and wherever, in case you want to do a bit of research. During this video, they talked about the Women's War, the Aba Women's War or Women's Riot. I'm going to talk about that as well. That took place in 1929. But I need to stretch my leg, so I'm going to play another video while I will stretch that leg, then come back, then we will be able to continue. So I think I should play. Should we listen to Babakitoye or should we listen to this guy? I could not find this guy to follow or listen to rather whatever on TikTok. But this video, I've kept it and we've used it a few times. Let's listen to it.
When this collapse comes, and it's going to come, we in the UK are going to need to have some serious reflection on mistakes that have been made, and especially our foreign policy in history. And we're going to have to rely on these nations that we've been stealing from for years to deal with us, because we need them. We're not like Russia. We're not self-sufficient. Russia has its own oil, its own food, it doesn't have to import anything. It can survive without the world. We, a tiny little island, do not have that luxury. We need to import. That's why we've stolen so much shit in the history. So what happens, do you think, in the next decade as African countries are rising and getting more powerful, and the Western countries that had them under their heel for so long, like the UK where I live, are on the way down and their economies are collapsing? What help do you think we're going to get from those countries that are becoming more powerful? How do you think that the Africans are going to look towards the English with regards to trade deals and buying their uranium off them if we need to? They're not going to look too kindly, are they? Especially if there's absolutely no apologies whatsoever. And as far as I can tell, this country doesn't apologize for jack shit. The reason it doesn't apologize is because if it apologized for the stuff that it's done, it'd have to start giving back all of the stuff that it's stolen. I've spent hours inside the British Museum. That place is it's a treasure trove. It's incredible. And it's nearly all nicked. And we're going to have to, in the UK, in the West, really start looking at our place in the world and really start looking as to whether we really do value the things that we say we do. I saw somebody earlier saying, you know, this is what the West do. They just play pretend. It's no wonder the West now accept a man being a woman if he just identifies as one, because we in the UK have been identifying as a nation that is on the side of law and order, a nation that values free speech as it's censoring everybody, a nation that values freedom of the press and is a shining light and a beacon for freedom of the press throughout the world, whilst it's literally torturing the best journalists the world has ever seen in its capital. We say we are these things. Our government says them all the time. The diplomats are like that. But it's just all hot air. Nothing we do as a country backs up what these people are saying the country is. Nothing. I love my country, and that's what I want my country to turn into, to be. I think it's the most patriotic thing a person can do. But when I talk about these things, people call me a Putin puppet. They've been propagandized to such a degree. They don't know their allies when they meet them. Okay. And we've got some serious apologizing to do in this country. To all of these nations that we have stolen from, to all of these nations whose leaders we've helped assassinate and overthrow, all of these coups that we've done around the world in countries just because we didn't like what they did. So we killed them and we overthrew them and we put in a dictator who created a secret service and was just brutal to the people in that country. We didn't care, as long as we carried on getting the oil. We're meant to be a country that cares about these things. It cares about truth and honesty and justice. This country prides itself on the UK justice system. Well, there's no greater injustice in this world right now than the imprisonment of Julian Assange, and we're the ones doing it in the UK. And to all those people in Africa, rise up. I'm in the West and I'm fighting for you. And I tell you, we really are. The people in the country, the people in the UK, the people in this chat in the UK who know the truth, we're on your side. We want our country to be the things that it says it is, and it's clearly not. And I really do wish to see the rise of Africa in my lifetime. I would love to see it. And we're seeing at the moment the rise of Russia and China. I'd love Africa to go with that as well. But this is not good for the West, especially if we carry on. When this collapse comes, and it's going to come, we in the UK are going to need to have some serious reflection.
UK will have a serious reflection. Why is this man talking like that? We're back again on our seats. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. If you're new to the platform, you can follow the program. We are live every day. I don't give date and time. I don't give time, but you can be assured that you will catch up with my program on a daily basis. We are working to make sure that our next program from the next team will also be coming up at certain time. So those ones will be specific. To Tobani 7 o'clock, Laro, Ebani 7 for news update. We're working on that. We're preparing the ground for them. We need more, things to work. If you have a laptop that you're not using, you can wipe it off. You can send it to me. If you have an old tablet, internet phones, they're called Jusinule. They need at least maximum 3 phones because of the current situation of Nigeria, electricity. I bought new phones for them a few years, I think in 2021, but charging these back, and we have about 25 of them that are working for me. So we need to equip them to the standard of where we can be able to say yes. Some of them will be doing more recording, not on the phone. They'll be doing with proper camera. I've sent certain cameras to them. I'll be sending more stuff this month. I plan to send more stuff again before the end of this month. So we need your support and assistance to be able to do as much of this. So let's talk about this man. That's a peak story. Don't pay me, Kyrie Magumeri. If you go on my Facebook right now, you will find him there. I've posted it already. Silver Badmore says, no matter how we can unite, sir, in that zoo country we are talking about, so many different language and faces, how we want to fix that for now, long again since 63 years. So many of you that says that you can still fix Nigeria, maybe you should come and explain to us. Mokiba Bawa Oye Labi Amusa, thank you so much. Baba me Ajibare Francis, Babawa Onowayin tẹ̀síwájú, Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú yín, ẹ máa kó wa délẹ̀ lérí bí Joshua ṣe kó àwọn ọmọ Israẹli dé ilẹ̀ ìlérí, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Olúwa yóò tò yín lẹ́yìn àti àwọn tó pẹ̀lú yín. Thank you so much, sir. Yoruba wa ó lè má strong, but I'm trying. At least you can see that I was able to read that. Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá wa nínú Olúwa. Bàbá mi, ẹ̀gbọ́n mi, brother mi Lukman Ọláìdé, mo cite yín. Mr. Samuel Afalabi, mo kí yín. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin Ìtagàràwú, mo kí yín. Ajígbára, mo kí yín, sir. Mr. Adeoye Adeshina Lani, like I said, it's a live broadcast, so we are not in a rush. So I want to appreciate, because if people are still with me tonight, it's almost 5 o'clock in Nigeria, it's 4 o'clock in London, and we're still live. We're not tired. Okay, we're going to intend lórí Instagram àti TikTok. Confile Jogen. Okay, well, can say Mr. Matthew Dewumuki. So if I cite anybody else again, whatever comment I'll read, Tony Dagboru woman, I don't know what I bet to. but only comment more because nígbà tó ti kúrò níbí ojú ò jẹ́ kó comment, okay, it doesn't matter, you know, but don't come here and abuse Baba Akintoye and Igboho, Mabu Babe, Mabu Ye, Mabu Gbogbo family, because as far as I'm concerned, those for your family have not done what these two individuals have done. You can come here and comment, and you know, you can even challenge us for some other things, but I will not tolerate the abuse of Igboho and Baba Akintoye. So it's better you don't even comment. Mo mọ̀ pé wà lábẹ́ ètò, you know, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà l'Amẹ́ríkà àtijọ́ wà tẹ́lẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ ti lọ change account. I know that. Ẹ wà lábẹ́ ètò, you know, and most of you, mo máa ń pick yín along the line lórí TikTok, especially ìyá wọn Dagboru yẹn. Ẹ kàn máa parọ́ fúnra yín, ẹ máa frustrate ara yín níbẹ̀. Nígbà tí diaspora kan náà ń lọlé tó wà lára àwọn Dagboru tó wá náà ń lọ sí Tinkan, òun lọ gbẹrù. Ṣé Yorùbá government ló fi gbẹrù yẹn jáde? Idiot. Let's talk about this man. Tó ń pè ní Kyrie Magumeri. Irú èèyàn wo ni? Late Captain Kyrie Magumeri. We've now been able to find out because of the video that played lákọ̀ọ́kọ́. Mo gbé lọ sórí news bí anything máa jáde látàrẹ. Ó kàn ń gbé bọ̀nú jáde. So it shows that it's from Borno State. It shows that we don't document things as much. The reason to show lórí Wikipedia is because the British that he worked for and the award he got and the training to fund many people. So I'm looking at, there's a Facebook 2 years ago. The Facebook is from the Northeast Reporter. It was posted on August the 7th, 2021. And it says, late Captain Kyrie Magumeri from Borno. The same Borno yẹn. Sherry taban sọ àwọn history by kankan. I just want us to reflect back and say, okay, so kí ló wà ní Borno gangan tó ń fa a lot of these atrocity? Kí ló wà ní Plateau? Kí ló wà ní this and that? It was from Borno was the first Nigerian. If I can take note of this, the word Nigerian did not come up until 1914. But according to what we heard from this man, Tansoy, Mr. Maurice Jimaduni, the British West African Company troops. So when was Nigeria Army formed? Our lama debunk it this time around, especially when we get this kind of history. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this. I've got a better image of him now. So what I'm planning to do right now is save this image, and then right now post it. I'm going to copy the same thing from this guy. So my references see Northeast Reporter. I'll post it, sorry, Twitter ministry, which I'm doing right now. So Twitter is called X, but actually that's my Twitter because not everybody knows this. So that we can understand that this British company, Nigeria, what they did was they just used us for different reasons. You know, they needed the military from us, they needed the army. So I've posted it on that side. And I'm also going to be posting it, you know, and to Basilary program, to bari message anything. So I'm posting it on the community as well on my YouTube. So that I got a better image of him with the British military guys, you know. Okay, I don't need all these ones. So take that one out. So now I've posted that as well. Okay, I can now copy properly. So I just want us to have a better understanding that we are all in big problem. Kini daddy wa rich, you know, so I'm missing comment in the bank. Kini this comment on daddy lórí TV. Kile so any Mr. Dennis Otoni, please, Baba, I want to request something I think is for you to start to replay to the rally, the dear Chief Sunday Igboho introduction one by replaying now to wake up people's mind again. Okay, I'm actually what am I having to Mr. Wari's name? In 1879, a 1,200 member army paramilitary Hausa constabulary was formed. In 1896, the Lagos Police was established. More so, the Niger Coast Constabulary was formed in Calabar in 1894. Gbogbo time yìí kò tí sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ Nigeria as at 1800, okay? Under the newly proclaimed Niger Coastal Protectorate. The water went further to say, so the Northern had always been empowered by the British West African Company troops. So when was Nigerian Army formed by itself? Its biography date is an ESA. Is a Northerners, no doubt. You're quite right. Well, Wikipedia is a primary source history, not a tertiary source history. Eshigoni. Wiki, Mamparo. Thank you so much. I want you to impute impute data, Wikipedia. It has to be people that have to do that. And people have the right, they can edit it. But in it has nullified. Just the same thing, with all our religious books as well. I'm sure you all understand what we mean by that. So let's just go with what we have so far. So Facebook, Timorin, and we're not local, so definitely they'll be excited. And this is why we say that what it be agbára fún àwọn not ó ti pẹ́, So late Captain Kyrie Magumori from Borno State was the first Nigerian to be promoted to the rank of captain in the British Army in 1953 after making a gallant performance in the First World War and the Second World War. Talomalo from Third World War. I hope you're getting the message. Anyway, Ogun Akoko at Ogun Okeji, worry àwọn Nigerians and Africans alone. Ta ló fẹ́ lò nísìn fún Third World War? Because ayé ti lajú nísìn. Ṣé tí ó bá yàtọ̀ sẹ́ni tó ní British passport tó yẹ pé ó ti swear allegiance, ṣé wàá kọ̀ lọ nísìn wá lọ kọ́ àwọn Nigerians kìkẹ́ wá lọ jagun World War III? From the source, again, he was born in 1897. So now, mo fẹ́ debunk irọ́ kan níbí báyìí nísìn, and I hope I'm right. Ẹ jẹ́ ká minus 1914 ká yọ kúrò nínú 1897. Kí ni difference tó máa wà níbẹ̀? Because wọ́n náà bí ní 1897 in Borno, wọ́n wá kọ Nigeria sí. But from what we know, kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ Nigeria as at 1897. African parrots, I cited my brother. Àwọn ọmọ ń kọ́ ńgbà tìyàwó. Ẹ jẹ́ ká yọ ẹni tó bí ní 1897, how old ni títí di 1914? Because that means pé wọ́n ti bí ẹni before 1914 tó ń pè Nigeria. Kí ló dé tó tún ṣe wá ń sọ pé he was born in 1897 in Borno, wọ́n wá fi comma Nigeria. So ẹ lè rí pé wọ́n ti mess up history wa, wọ́n ti distorted in tó wọ́n lọ ń kọ, in tó bá fẹ́ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ lámọ̀. Eléyìí tí mo sọ nísìnyí, èmi láìtàlá mo ò bá ní ìpàdé rí láti ọ̀tá tí ń ṣe Yorùbá nation látijọ́ tí mo ti dáyé at 40+. So in tó bá mẹ́mi tí mo wà láàbùrọ̀ tí mi ò gbọ́, báwo ni wọ́n tó wà ní òkòkò máa kò ṣe fẹ́ mọ̀? Moreover, àwọn náà ti lè mọ̀ because èèyàn wọn ni. Ẹ ṣé gan ni bàbá wa ẹni Ọlọ́run dá. So arákùnrin yìí ó ti pé, ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú picture jáde láti bíbá. Since I post I then post the picture again. Sorry, Facebook and bíbá. So mo fẹ́ fi picture wọn. 17 years old. 70 years old man. Ta ló máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀? Oh, Asari Dokubo. 70 years old man. The lies. What a parọ́. What a parọ́. What a parọ́. Irọ́ yẹn nísìn. òun làwọn try láti debunk. No, symbol entry 67, Mr. Gani Oloyede. Mo ní pé mo ní Howard ní láti 19 mbọ̀. Year tó bí títí dé 1914 ni mo sọ o. Wọ́n bí ní 1897 títí tabaka 1897 títí dé 1914 kò lè pé 67 now. Oh, okay, we have to ẹ jẹ́ ká tó confirm pẹ̀lẹ́ lómi 17 years old but ẹ ti rí bí ẹ ṣe mistake. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n mú picture wá fún wa. Paper genocide Yorùbá ló gbọ́ yí Yorùbá ti jí ká má sùn. Ẹ máa ní ọ̀kan fún wa ní fàbù mọ́. Gbogbo ẹ̀ làwa máa mo ní lórí ètò tiwa àwa no need time. Bíbá ní lecture room yìí, I break it down to the pieces by pieces. A máa wo date because nígbà tó ń sọ fún wa nísìnyí pé wọ́n bíyàn kan ní 1897 inú bo lọ bí sí ṣé inú Borno empire lọ bí sí make una play àbí nígbà tí wọ́n sọ fún mi náà nìyẹn Koiki dey play gbàtẹ́ ẹ̀ ní understanding kankan. Now picture arákùnrin tá à ń sọ yẹn lélẹ̀ òun lélẹ̀ picture nìyẹn lágbára Ọlọ́run like I said our laptop will be up and running again so picture nìyẹn. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí what I'll do ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà níbí báyìí ẹ jẹ́ kí n lọ mú picture kí n change background mi so that kẹ́yìn lè rí picture dáadáa ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Koikimedia àti orí Twitter. So while I'm still showing his face here okay ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà níbí báyìí náà mo lè change ẹ̀ mo ti wà pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Koikimedia so àwọn tó ń wò wá látòrí laptop àwọn máa rí background ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí YouTube nìkan phone lẹ́yìn lò àti TikTok I can't change that on TikTok as well. So that's it. So ojú ẹ̀ nìyẹn fẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà lórí Koikimedia so jẹ́ ká ṣe the same thing náà ní bíbá so that at least that way lágbára Ọlọ́run all our system will be working in synchronization. So I hope I got it right. So in 1897 to 1914 it was 17 years and from 1897 to 1953 it was 56 years old. Ṣé 1953 lọ sọ pé ó kú ni? Nígbà tó kè nígbà ẹni mo àti ìdè bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ń bọ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn yí ẹ̀tọ́ bí ni mo sì fẹ́ ká stick to. So already bàbá yìí ti pé almost 17 years. Ṣé mọ̀ pé this is the time tí wọ́n ṣe òwò ẹrú táwọn ṣé mọ̀ pé àwọn òyìnbó ti dọ́dọ̀ tiwa ẹ mọ̀ pé ti wà pẹ̀lú wa for some time kò ń ṣe pé after 1914 lọ́ṣẹ̀ dé because according to ìtàn tá gbọ́ ṣé mọ̀ pé over 200 years. How long did the slave trade last? Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wò yẹn. How long was the slave trade in Africa? How long did it last? Over the period of the Atlantic slave trade from approximately 1526 to 1867, some 12.5 million captured men and women and children were put on the ships in Africa and about 10.7 million arrived in America. So that means about 2 million of them died before they got to America. Ìyẹn lè ṣe máa ń rà àwọn Amẹ́ríkà kọ̀ọ̀kan ìbínú tí wọ́n máa ń le gan. Okay, so mo fẹ́ mú picture yẹn náà wá sí bíbá. So later tá a bá post ẹ mọ̀ kí tí bá ti ṣe program mi tán mo máa ń post video mi. So ẹ rí picture yẹn dáadáa ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí YouTube tẹ́ bá máa tún video yìí wò. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n add ẹ̀ sí ká wá fi sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn because ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá ìlà fi sọ díẹ̀ nísìnyí. These are all the lies. Irọ́ parọ́ fún irọ́ táwọn ìbò gbélé wa lọ́wọ́. So ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Koikimedia àti ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Koikimedia Odùduwà àwọn rí page yẹn wọ́n rí picture ní yẹn dáadáa but ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní the other platform this is just what the man looks like. You know, let me blow it a little bit. So òun lélẹ̀ arákùnrin tá à ń sọ yẹn. I know it might not clear very well but that's him there as you can all see his face. So bàbá tá à ń sọ yẹn lélẹ̀ okay so òun àti òyìnbó Britain because òyìnbó nìyẹn òyìnbó pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́ lúkúlúkú pẹ́ẹ́pẹ́. These are all the lies that we are working to debunk. Àti ṣe 2 hours 14 minutes so far. Aago mẹ́rin ṣe ìfẹ́ lọ lónìí. Wọ́n rẹ̀ tí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń pẹ̀rùn ní Nàìjíríà ẹ ṣì fọkàn balẹ̀ ẹni tó bá fẹ́ lọ sùn ẹ lè lọ sùn àwa ṣì wà níbí báyìí. Some ship the Atlantic slave trade passage Mr. Hollywood, okay? Yeah, yẹn gangan tẹ̀lé mo need. How long did the African slave trade lasted? Wow. Ẹ bọ̀ pé 200 years lèmi sọ. Ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. It's almost 9 p.m. lọ́dọ̀ yín lọ́hùn tí jẹ bàbá. Okay. Ẹ̀yin ilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ́ lọ́dọ̀ yín ni àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń wọ club lọ ni àwọn tó dẹ̀ lọ síbi iṣẹ́ àwọn tó ń lọ ṣe night wọ́n ti wà lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ àwọn nurse àwọn tó máa clean àwọn business analyst àwọn IT 400 years ní slave trade ṣe last. Ẹ wá ní ẹ fẹ́ pín Nàìjíríà yẹn kí ló ṣe tí mò ń ní glitch lórí system ní bíbá àṣà. I think it's stable now. Again, the laptop never small to too far away. Yeah. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ṣe wà lórí ètò pẹ̀lú mi. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi lórí Twitter, mo kí yín náà as well. Pín ètò yẹn àbí like nǹkan tá à ń ṣe níbà. Níbà yẹn mo lè ti máa gbọ́ gbogbo ohun tó lọ Nàìjíríà. Nàìjíríà òṣìwò, Nàìjíríà òfòwò. Pásítọ̀ kan bá ní ká pray fún Nàìjíríà. Kẹ́ bu ìpè fún wọn. Nigeria for and pray for 400 years. For over 400 years. Into a budget for 400 years. Èyí wá ní Koiki Yorùbá nation yín pẹ́ jù, ó ń pẹ́ jù. Ẹ rí pé kò ní easy. TJ Babani, we African of this generation were supposed to react 400 years of slavery. Ẹ wá fi gba Nàìjíríà kúrò lọ́wọ́ òyìnbó in under 3 years. Ẹ wá fi máa blame àwa àti bàbá Akíntóyè àti Ìgbòho pé àti fún yín ní Yorùbá nation. Ẹ má bínú ìtara mi báyìí. Ẹ rojú mi dáadáa mọ́ yẹ that's it. Àbí ẹ wá fi máa blame àwa. Ẹ wá fi wá kó pressure pé èmi ni mo dá Nàìjíríà rú. Ṣé èmi mo kó ilé rú for 400 years? Ẹ lọ bá àwọn bàbá tó kó wa lẹ́rú. Ṣé nígbà tó ń sọ pé wọ́n kó wọn lẹ́rú, ṣé bàbá tèmi wà lára àwọn tó tà yín? Ṣé grandfather mi àbí great grandfather mi? Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé each one of us, bàbá wa àti ìyá wa, ó wà ní àwọn ẹrú tó kó lọ? Àbẹ́ mọ̀, ó dìgbà tó ṣe mọ̀, ẹ̀sìn dúró kíyàn kan wá sọ fún yín. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo wa wà lára àwọn ẹrú? 400 years. Tẹ́ bá dé slave museum ní Liverpool, ẹ sunkún. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ́ sunkún jáde, ẹ sunkún sínú ilé. For over 400 years, more than 15 million men and women and children were victims of tragic. Ẹ̀gbọ́n ìbùtọ́ pé ìyẹn làwọn akátá kan ṣe máa ń bínú. Mr. Fab, I always said it that it has no time limit. Ẹ̀jà, àdànkanrú, àdàgbòrúrú. Ẹ mọ̀ pé jà gangan sẹ̀, tẹ́ bá jà gan sẹ̀, ó lè last 2 years. Kí gbogbo ẹ̀ tó níyànjú débi pé a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí negotiate. Ẹ fi pé tí bí àfáà gan bá dá wà lálẹ́, ó máa lọ straight away ni. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń lẹ́ máa ṣe sùúrù gan níbi tọ́rọ̀ dé nísìn. 400 years lọ fi kó wa lẹ́rú. 63 years láti wà nù Nàìjíríà. Ẹ dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká upturn gbogbo ẹ̀ within the years tí ẹ̀yin kan dẹ̀ tún sọ pé ẹ̀ tí ready. Àwọn kan tún lọ dìbò fún Tinubu. Ẹ ti wá dìbò fún Jagaba nǹkan nísìn, ojú gbogbo àti wá jà ọmọ olójú ọdẹ. Wọ́n ti fi wá negotiate. Kí ni United Nations sọ? Ẹ má bínú papọ̀ tún yà bàrà díẹ̀ mọ̀ kó ní àbá ń ṣe program ìyẹn kọ́ tún máa lọ ìnà. Kí ni United Nations sọ? Slave trade. International Day of Remembrance of Victims of Slavery and Transatlantic Slave Trade for over 400 years. Ó mọ̀ tí 400 years mean? Ṣé mọ̀ pé Akérédolú kò pé 100 years? Now, imagine pé Akérédolú was 100, another person was 100, another person was. Ìyẹn la ṣe ń sọ pé tẹ́ ẹ bá mọ̀ ìtàn wa lè parẹ́ for life káàní wọn ní gbúrò Yorùbá mọ́ láyé. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó dé séjì yẹn Ọlọ́run tẹ̀ nígbà bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wọn. èèyàn kan ṣe àwọn sọ pé kò possible ṣé bàbá kí tó lè sọ fún wa pé àwọn Armenia ẹgbúrò wọn mọ́ nísìn ọ wipe ogun wọn off dànù mo kí bàbá wa Bello for real ẹ ṣe gan ni sá tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa it's not easy fẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà àwọn tó wà ní Amẹ́ríkà wọ́n gbádùn ìkọ́ time zone yẹn wà pè fún wọn èmi dẹ̀ ti sùn díẹ̀ so mo ṣe ní strength for probably another hour bàbá wa ẹni ọlọ́run dání don't mind those that are blaming you maybe you are a politician ṣé mo ṣe chairman rẹ̀ local government chairman mo ò ṣe rí ẹ lè rẹ́wọ́ ẹ lè sọ pé mo ṣe politics ní Nàìjíríà rí but we are here trying to defend ourselves Truth Tower ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò for over 400 years èmi mo lè sọ ní Yorùbá sọ ẹni tó bá lè kọ ní Yorùbá ẹ bá mi kọ síbẹ̀ màá try bí mo lè pronounce ẹ kí ni 400 years ní Yorùbá for 400 years wọ́n kó 15 million people first they take your culture bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Dadi Adefalaye wọ́n gba culture then wọ́n gba èdè wọ́n ní ká máa sọ òyìnbó ṣé òyìnbó láwọn tìjọ́ náà lọ́hùn-ún sọ irinwó ọdúnrún mo ṣáà ti rí ọdún mo dẹ̀ rí rún gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣáà ti rún mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọdúnrún wọ́n fi kó wa kúrò lórí ilẹ̀ wa àwa ń bíòde ọ̀dọ̀ tiwọn plantation ẹ ti rántí sugar plantation ìrèké kò ń ṣe ìrèké ìbọn ni mo ń sọ ìrèké tó ń jẹ ìkọ́hùn lọ́ fi ń ṣe sugar àwọn yẹn wá ń ṣá oko lọ wọ́n ń ṣá oko lọ ẹ lọ́wọ́ kúntakúntè gbogbo underground ìlú yìí àwọn tó gbé underground yẹn ẹ wá mọ̀ pé wọ́n tún sanwó fún wọn ṣá ọmọ Nàìjíríà wa ní I'm a proud Nigerian ẹlòmíràn tẹ̀ mọ́ bá slave trade okay so you want us to forget about slave trade innit wọ́n ti sọ èdè tiwa nígbà yẹn innit àwọn British a lè máa sọ pé innit so you want me now torí pé kí lè nífẹ̀ẹ́ Tinubu kí n gbàgbé ìran mi ṣé Tinubu rántí ìran ẹ̀ mọ́ ẹnu wa náà ló máa ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ náà là ń wò níwájú wa ojú ló ń kán gbogbo wa let's leave that for now because tẹ̀lé àmọ́ tó wọnú yẹn lọ nísìnyí lálẹ́ mo fẹ́ ká padà sórí arákùnrin tá à ń bá lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ so a ti detect pé arákùnrin tá à ń sọ yìí he was not a Nigerian níjọ́ tó bí TJ Babani they damage our life for 400 years in Africa Africa tó dá tó dùn mo fẹ́ gbé ẹ̀rọ ìhàn láti yọ ẹ̀rọ láti ṣí kọ́ńtìnì yẹn Africa kẹ máa wo máàpù yẹn kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ máa wo lẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ mo mọ tó ń ṣe laptop ní kí ló dé tó ń ṣe balabala tó ń ṣe bolobolo ń ṣàyẹ̀ká rówó kára mi kò ṣàánú kókó ti pariwo títí tàbádẹ́ nínú la ṣe máa lò. Nǹkan fẹ́ kẹ́rin Áfíríkà lẹ́ ń wò níwájú mi nísìn ibikíbi tí Áfíríkà bá ṣàwà Áfíríkà lẹ́ ń wò yẹn gbogbo aláṣà ń rí máàpù yẹn that is Africa wọ́n ti báyé wa jẹ́ for 400 years bó ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn kan ní kí ló báwo ló ṣe àwọn kan tẹ̀ ṣe ń wọ́ndà pé báwo ló ṣe rí wa kó àdánù àṣàmọ̀ pé wọ́n kó wa now ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sára bàbá yìí tá à ń bá lọ mo ti fi image wọ̀nyí so I'm gonna read a little bit like I said àwọn èèyàn ló kọ ilé okay so even if we don't believe anything àmúdíẹ̀ lára ló náà according to what we know Kayari Magumeri also known as Chari Megumeri wọ́n ní 1897 ni wọ́n bí wọ́n ọmọ ìgbà tó kú that is question mark what a very sad note was a Nigerian soldier but she born in a video who fought in both world wars ó jà nínú ogun méjì tó sì lọ òun náà ní ogun world war don't forget the Benin massacre of 1897. Àwọn bàbá yìí tún mú mi lọ sínú history. Ẹ sọ mí di history teacher lálẹ́. Nígbà tá a bá tẹ̀ mọ̀ history wa. Because tá a bá mọ̀ history wa ni kò tẹ̀ ká máa tún sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà níbi tí ilẹ̀ ṣúdẹ̀. Mr. Peter Pan. Ṣé kí n ṣí fìlà ní fún yín sir? Thank you so much. Mo dárúkọ ilé nǹkan èyí náà wọ́n ti fún wa ní super chat lẹ́nu ìgbà tí super chat wa ṣiṣẹ́. And thank you so much for those of you. Mọ́mí wa kan ó fi àdúrà kẹ̀bẹ̀kẹ̀bẹ̀. Prophet ni wọ́n. Èmi gan gbàdúrà ẹ̀ báyìí ẹ̀ wọ inú bọ́dì mi lọ ní yes kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ náà lówó. Wọ́n bá gbá wọn àdúrà pé Koiki mo pé gbogbo tó bá sàlẹ̀ lórí kò ní ṣiṣẹ́ fún ẹ. Ẹ máa sà. Ẹ ń gbìyànjú. A ní a fẹ́ ṣe ọkàn àwọn èèyàn wa kúrò lára Nàìjíríà. Ẹ̀yin fẹ́ máa sa oríṣiríṣi. Ẹ máa sà. Ẹnu ẹni gbogbo àjọ wa. Èmi mọ̀ pé àwọn òṣàlẹ̀ Yorùbá wọn ní fà wá sílẹ̀. Àfi tó bá yẹ pé ẹ mọ̀ kó máa sọ àfi tó bá yẹ pé ìta ń sọ níta ó yàtọ̀ sí ìta ń sọ lẹ́yìn. Àwa ti fẹ́ra wa lẹ̀ àwa ti gbá kámú. Ti gbá kámú fọ́lọ́run pé bọ́lọ́run ṣe fẹ́ yẹ kó rí nísìnyí yẹn. Ó rẹ̀ pé mi náà fẹ́ gun Mercedes mo fẹ́ máa gbádùn. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan kúrò sọ fún mi ó ní òun mọ wàhálà tó ń ṣe. Ó ń gbádùn ayé ẹ̀ ní London ni. Ó ń lọ Nàìjíríà fún 3 days. Wàláì. Tí bá pè ní Sunday náà wá Nàìjíríà. Ìbí wọ̀ ló gbé Yorùbá nation dání. Mo ní kájọ máa ṣe fàájì ní tí mo sọ fún ẹnìyẹn. Sọ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ pa fẹ́ sáré lọ́lé ká lọ ṣe fàájì ká tún padà wá. Cousin mi kan ṣe lọ ṣe ìyàwó Nàìjíríà pẹ̀lú yàn ó lọ àwọn gbogbo pàdé wa. Ó gbéra láti London. Èmi ò tó ẹni tó lè kọ́ pàgìrì lọ Nàìjíríà mọ́. Ìwọ wá ń sọ fún mi máa kí n tún lọ bínú jù lálẹ́ tí máa fún ilé pè. Mo fi gbogbo tèmi ṣe sílẹ̀. Wọ́n ní ṣèbí mi mo gbé Yorùbá nation ọmọ Yorùbá ní gbogbo wa. Wọ́n ní ṣèbí mi mo gbé Yorùbá nation dání. Kò sí tó kọ́ àwọn. Wọ́n ní ṣe wọn pé mi ò lè pàgìrì lọ Nàìjíríà bíi ti yín báyìí nísìn. Gbogbo wọn ti dé padà. Wọ́n níṣẹ́ níbí báyìí. 3 days 4 days bó ṣe ń lọ nìyẹn. Àwa wá jókòó à ń pariwo. Ìyẹn kan tí máa ń ní ẹ láti kówó jẹ wọ́n ti ṣe kinní kan. Owó yẹn nìkan lẹ́yìn wò ẹ̀yin ò wo influence pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe sáwa tẹ́yìn ò rí. Owó yẹn nìkan lẹ́yìn rí àbí. Ìwọ náà wá gbọ́ owó yẹn kọ́ máa sàṣìwọ̀ náà lójoojúmọ́ lórí pé gbé Yorùbá nation dání. Àbọ̀wọ̀n kan sàṣìyàn lójoojúmọ́. Orí bàtà bá wá sọ síta pọ́n sàṣì. Ẹ ń gbọ́ kí Èrèdára sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ ń gbọ́ kí Ọmọlúkà sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ ń gbọ́ kí Bàbá Èkìtì sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ ń gbọ́ gbogbo àtàn. Ẹ rò pé wọ́n sàṣì wa ni. Wọ́n sàṣì wa. Àṣàṣì ò kàn ràn wá ni. Because ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ is a spiritual fight là ń jà. Ẹ rò pé physical ni. Wọ́n kó àwọn 400 people over 400 years wọ́n fi kó wa kúrò lẹ́rú. Àwa kan wá jáde àwa sọ pé ànígbà mọ́. Ìwọ wá rò pé easy. Ìwọ náà jáde kó wá máa sọ ká mọ́. Kémi náà máa fún ẹ lówó. Kémi jókòó kí wọ́n máa sọ. Kémi náà máa kémi bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ṣe ń sọ send owó. Kémi náà máa send owó sí ẹ. Wá ṣe lè jàre sister mi Eunice. Owó yẹn lẹ́yìn wà after. Ẹ̀yin mú àṣàṣì tó ń rán sí wa lójoojúmọ́ lórí nǹkan tá a gbé dání látọdún 3. Pé ta àwọn làwọn lélẹ̀. But ẹ máa sà. Mo sọ fún yín pé àwa náà dúró. Ìyàwó mi ó yẹ ṣe náà ìdíje tán ni. Kùránì àti Ifá gbogbo ẹ̀ lèmi lò mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta. Gbogbo ohun tí a bá lè lò làwa náà máa lò pẹ̀lú yín. Lórí ìrìn àjò yìí àtàkọ́ndélẹ̀ ni. Ìgbòho ní no going back níṣẹ́. No intergbedani no going back. Tó bá ti sú gbogbo àwọn tó kù ìníṣẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Mo ní mi ní last man standing. Idiot all over the place. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni èmi mi máa kọ́ lọ sí ilé ajé. Mo ti ṣe fídíò tèmi ti ṣe 2020 ni mo ti ṣe lọ fídíò yẹn kó tó di pé àwọn kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ síbẹ̀. Kódà Ṣeun Kútì wá síbẹ̀ gan wọ́n gbé lọ sí ilé ajé. Ọ̀rẹ́ mi Clyde pè mí. Mo kíyàwó Títí Adérìntó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni may Allah be with you inshallah. Òyìnbó parọ́ fún wa pé there was a Nigeria. Níbo ni Nigeria wà ní 1897 nígbà tó pín bàbá yìí? Because there was a Bono Empire or whatever it was called then. Ẹ fẹ́ mọ̀ tí mọ̀ kò ń ṣàkọọ́lẹ̀ máa wọ̀rí. Mílò ni mọ̀ mọ̀ máa wọ̀rí ṣẹ̀rí. I don't take alcohol. But mo like ìfàjì dáadáa. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ọmọ bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú ni mí. Kò ń ṣe bàbá Ìjẹ̀bú ti bí èèyàn. Alhaji Ọmọ Táyọ̀ Koiki. bàbá yẹn ṣe fàájì tó fi kú ni pọ̀sí tèmi tó máa wá ń kírun ní London every Friday ṣé bàbá tiẹ̀ lè wá kírun ní London níbi tí Nàìjíríà dé nísìn ara tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì 1 million ayé tán bàbá yẹn jẹ nìyẹn wá dé London ní Thursday ní Baker Street yẹn náà ni tí Buhari ti kírun yẹn ibẹ̀ làwọn pọ̀sí tí wọ́n máa ti wá ń kírun tó bá dẹ̀ di Saturday wá padà wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ń book oúnjẹ tó máa jẹ lórí flight ni by Sunday wọ́n ti padà sílé tó bá pàdé aláàjì nínú ibi tó ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ wọ́n ní sọ fún ẹ̀ pé aláàjì mi ó ti bá gbádá dànù tó ti faṣẹ́ rẹpẹtẹ tó ń bá wọn gbé ṣọ́ọ̀fù tó ń bá wọn gbé kínní. Let's go back and read a little bit more because mo fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa bá wọ̀ so and we are probably just 30 minutes left so ẹ farabalẹ̀ ànípẹ́ mọ́ ẹ̀ ń tẹ́fẹ́ lọ sùn so 30 minutes from now the program will end kò ní tó 3 hours and we're doing very well. Thank you so much for staying behind. Ẹ má gbàgbé àwọn backup tí gbogbo wọn ti sùn so èmi náà ni máa post gbogbo àwọn link tá a máa fi ń gbowó máa post ẹ̀ later ẹ fún wa ní náírà ẹ fún wa ní pounds gbogbo ẹ̀ la need. A ti gbọ́ pé he was a Nigerian soldier níbo làwọn ti rí Nàìjíríà yẹn nígbà ọ̀rọ̀ create a Nigerian soldier you can see the fraud. He was a Nigerian soldier who fought in both World War I. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo when was world ìgbà wọn ni world mo kàn fi lọ wo kankan. Okay. The first World War I, from the information I got that year, says started on the 28th of July, 1914. I want us to take note of that again. Yeah, I'm an October. Went to Abekta Grammar School, in 1995. The war started on the 28th of July, 1914. Nigeria was amalgamated on the 1st of January. So let's give and take, say they created Nigeria Army either before the 14 amalgamation or they just transferred the name, just as we would transfer that name later on straight from Nigeria to Yoruba Army. So he was a Nigerian soldier who fought both World War I and World War II. During the Great War, Magumeri served in the German army. He received an Iron Cross medal, but was later captured in Garu. The Second Battle of Garu took place from 31st of May to June 10, 1915, a year after the fraudulent amalgamation. Mr. Tunde. During the Cameroon campaign, okay, Garu is Cameroon. During the Cameroon campaign of the First World War in Garu, German Cameroon, the battle was between a combined French and British force defending German garrison and resulted in an Allied victory. So what they did, just in a nutshell, because we're going to come back to this, I want to move straight to the Aba as well. They just used Africa for their own dirty work. So when some of you are saying we should keep Nigeria, it's okay because they are still using Nigeria for their dirty work, but they are no longer there. They are using my politicians and your politicians. Maguri was from Borno State in 1913, before the fraudulent Nigeria so-called amalgamation. He crossed the border to the northern Cameroons and joined the German forces fighting Britain during World War I. So that means even Nigeria doesn't have an army called Nigerian Army as at 1913, because there was nothing called Nigeria as at 1913. So even what they're saying here, according to his life, is that he crossed. So that means the war started before July 28th. But according to Wikipedia right now, Wikipedia said to me, you can see why all this, they've distorted a lot of information. They're telling me that the World War I started on the 28th of July 1914, but we know that war started prior before that, or maybe that is just the actual date or capture. Because from what we are reading about this man, he moved from Borno, crossed to Cameroon border in 1913. As at that time, there was nothing called Nigeria. As at 1913, kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń jẹ́ Nigeria. The word Nigeria, 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 Nigeria. This soldier, this guy, where is it again? This soldier, there was nothing called Nigerian army. He was just an ordinary Bonu man that was interested in being a military, whatever. He crossed over, he joined the German and fought against the British. The British captured him and they realized that rather than kill him, it would be useful, and it was very useful. So during the World War I, in 1915, 2 years after that, that's why I said, Taba wonu ogun kan ní Nigeria nísìn, ọdún mẹ́ta lè má jáde nú ẹ̀, because ogun ń ṣe tó máa lọ in and out. That's why you must avoid it. You must find a peace. But these politicians are not looking for peace. So eventually Nigeria will crop into the war and then it will shut down the whole system. It was captured in German forces fighting in 1915. He was awarded the Iron Cross, which is the second-class medal for his effort in fighting through the British ambush upon the death of his German officer. Montgomery was soon captured by the British in Garu, which I believe was then Cameroon. He was taken as a prisoner of war camp. Upon his release in 1917, 1917 means that exactly 15, 16, 17, exactly 3 years after the fraudulent amalgamation, he was then released. Then he offered to join the Nigeria Company Sergeant Major. No, sorry, he offered to join the Nigerian Regiment, there's another Nigerian Regiment. So there's something highlighting there says, I should read, the regiment means that it is called the Queen's Own Nigeria Regiment, Royal West Africa Frontline Forces. Babami Waris to Sobe Lenkon. Thank you so much, Eunice Uchichi. I picked up your comment there. Mukidadi Wafa. So when they say he joined Nigeria Regiment, there's nothing called Nigerian Army there. These were people fighting on behalf of the Queen. It's the Queen that owns that regiment, but they are using the Nigerians to fight their dirty work. So you today, that you decry me will be Nigerian, you are still a slave under the king because we don't have the Queen anymore. So every one of us that say we are Nigerians, we are automatically a slave to King Charles. Maybe you don't know that. We are not even a slave to One of Ife. We are not a slave to Ikuba Bayeye, Alaki. We are not slave to our own king. We are automatically slave. Eru ni gbogbo wa lábẹ́ king. Even when you are not living in this country, even if you're living in America or Canada, because this is what the game was as at that time and it's still happening today. And that is why our king, they've all kept quiet while we are crying out loud to them. Àwọn òṣàlẹ̀ Yorùbá máa bí gbogbo wọn lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan, whether irọ́ là ń pa àbí àwọn ló ń parọ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá, wọ́n máa bí gbogbo wọn. So the Queen's own the Queen own Nigeria Regiment. That is the way they put it. Queen, as at that time, own. Kí ló ń pè ní own? Òun ló ní. Gbogbo tó wà nínú Nigeria as at that time belongs to the British. Even though we have people on the ground then, but they can't have a say because what you call Aleru, and then they've now changed the whole system. So they are the one in charge. Though some of our forefathers negotiate with them so that they don't kill their people. So some of them compromise and some of them give up and some of them commit suicide because they will not allow this situation to happen while they are alive. How about this? Go to party, marry wives, and then tell us all to calm down. It will all be well. It will all be well, and it will never be well with every one of us. It's all lies. So again, I just want to emphasize on that area. The Queen's own Nigeria Regiment called the Royal West African Frontier Force, also known as the Nigerian Regiment of the Royal West African Frontier Force, was formed by the amalgamation, by the amalgamation of the Northern Nigeria Regiment and the Southern Nigeria Regiment on the kò ní dá fún gbogbo ẹni tó bá ní ká ṣe keep Nigeria, kò ní dá fún gbogbo yín pátápátá, kò ní dá fún gbogbo yín ni mo sọ. We're gonna wind down in just about 20 minutes. Ọkọ̀ alẹ́rú for 400 years. Ọjọ́ àwọn èèyàn ẹ wá ní ṣé wọn pé àìtí lọ apologize fáwọn tí wọ́n kó lẹ́rú yẹn àtàwọn tó kú, àwọn kan tẹ̀ tún sọ pé ká gbowó yẹn ná. Ǹjẹ́ àti lọ apologize pé àwọn tó kó lẹ́rú yẹn, what do we do? Ètùtù wo la máa ṣe, àwẹ̀ wo la máa gbà, ẹran wo la máa pa, Kùránì mélòó la máa sọ̀kalẹ̀ láti fi sọ pé kọ́bẹ̀ Elédùmarè kó tẹ̀ jẹ́ kó yọ́nú sí wa. Ẹ wá ní kí nǹkan wọ́ọ̀kì Nàìjíríà, so ẹ̀yin fi gbádùn àwọn tó kó lẹ́rù yẹn, ṣe rò pé ó dùn mọ́ wọn lọ fi tẹ̀lé àwọn òyìnbó lọ nínú ship tẹ́lómi kọ́ sí kékeré torí pé ibi tó ti ń bọ̀ inú ooru ni, ó wá wọnú ibi tí ó ṣàn nínú òtútù, ó wá ń gbọ̀n nínú ibi tó dé mọ́ pẹ̀lú shame. Nígbà táwọn òyìnbó yẹn wá rí pé ilé ti fẹ́ kú kó má kó àìsàn báyìí, ó yá jí sínú omi pé kẹjá jẹ́ dànù. Àwa ń ṣàdúrà, àwa ní àdúrà wọ ọgbà, àwa ń ṣàdúrà, ẹ lọ sí gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa pàtẹ́, àwa ṣàdúrà Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, àwa fàtẹ̀sùbá, àwa ṣe kinní kan, àwa ń parọ́ fúnra wa. Àwọn tó dà sínú omi wọ́n ní gbogbo wọn kọ́ lọ dé Amẹ́ríkà, àwọn tó tún dé Amẹ́ríkà àwọn tó ìtorí inú òtútù lọ kó wọn lọ. Imagine òtútù ti sìn ṣé àwọn kí gbogbo ẹni tàwa l'Amẹ́ríkà lẹ́yìn complain pé òtútù mú yín àtẹ̀yìntàwà ní Canada àtàwátàwà níbà. Ẹ wá imagine níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn àwọn òtútù burúkú tó wà níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Jìbílẹ̀ tẹ̀ ti pọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀ nísìn. Èmi àti ìyàwó mi tẹ̀ ń dápàrá lánàá, mo ní ilé Amẹ́ríkà máa ń tóbi gan, mo máa ń láìkẹ̀. Òun wá ní atẹ́gùn bá gbélé yẹn báyìí, ó máa ń fẹ́, ó máa ya gbogbo ẹ̀dànù ni. Mo ní mọ̀mọ́ wá ìbí wọn ń ṣe ní bíríkì tó máa dúró dáadáa ni. But I love America because they have spacious space. Àwa ti wà UK everything wọ́n ti gé gbogbo ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ ọwọ́ oníṣà ilé tó yẹ kó jẹ́ kó fẹ̀ wọ́n ti gé sọ́nà méjì gé sọ́nà mẹ́ta torí owó iná ni, torí owó iná dẹ̀ lọ ṣe wá ṣe jàǹbá lọ́dọ̀ tiwa because nígbà tó dé ṣọ̀ wa lórí pé ẹ̀yin wọlé wa mí báyìí, àwa náà ni àwa Africans but Yorùbá ni wá lọ́ba park àwa dẹ̀ rò pé èèyàn gidi ni wọ́n làbá welcome wọn, ṣe máa mú mi kódà àti fún àwọn obìnrin tó lọ́mú dáadáa làbá gbé fáwọn òyìnbó lọ kí wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ lọ́ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn ilé tó dájú àwọn tí wá lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀bà fún wọn, lọ́rọ̀ iyán fún wọn, lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀fọ́ fún wọn. Nígbà tó wá sẹ́tù díẹ̀ làwa tó ní ẹ máa bọ̀, àwa kọ́ wọn ní fá, àwọn á ní níbi ìbàlẹ̀ tí ń ṣe gbogbo ilé wọn nìyẹn. A ní system of government, a ní bá ṣe ń tọ́jú ìyàwó, a ní bá ṣe ń tọ́jú ọmọ, a ní bá ṣe ń ṣe ibi táwa ti ń bọ̀ gan sef ìtala ṣì ń yàgbẹ́ àwọn wẹ̀ǹta ni àwa inú ilé làwa ti ń wẹ̀, àwa ti ń wọṣọ. Àwọn ànúdà lọ́ba rán telegram padà sí UK pé àwọn ti dé àdúgbò kan wọ́n ń pè ní Áfíríkà, ní táwọn bá níbí báyìí ó kọjá ibi tá a ti ń bọ̀ yẹn àwọn ni kí lẹ bá níbẹ̀, lọ́ba bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń sọ tó bá níbẹ̀. Ẹ rò pé wọ́n máa fún yín ní gbogbo mẹ́mù nǹkan tó rí láfíríkà ni, ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn máa ń déètì gbogbo nǹkan, èyí tó yẹ kó destroy èyí tí ànírí mọ́. Lọ́ba ní ọ̀dà kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀, lọ́ba ní ẹ túbọ̀ wọlé sí wọn lára dáadáa. Àwọn dọ́dọ̀ àwa Yorùbá wọ́n rí pé àwa yàtọ̀, wọ́n dọ́dọ̀ àwọn Ìgbò wọ́n rí pé àwọn náà yàtọ̀, wọ́n dọ́dọ̀ Haúsá everybody yàtọ̀, àmọ́ bí tí Fúlàní wà. Eventually àwọn ọ̀dà ẹ máa ṣe Northern Protectorate níbẹ̀ yẹn ká máa monitor yín, ẹ̀yin náà máa ṣe Southern Protectorate. Wọ́n wá tún wá wò títí pé èyí lè yóò pé wa, àwa ń kà nínú ìtàn pé upon his release in 1917 he offered to join the Nigerian regiment. Àwa lọ wo regiment yẹn, a rí pé Queen ló ní. He was accepted by the British, and after training he was now posted to the 3rd Battalion. He was given the rank of a sergeant in 1920. That is about 6 years after the fake amalgamation. And the company sergeant major in 1924, just before the Aba Women's Riot in 1929. Àwọn obìnrin ló máa dá wàhálà lẹ́ta máa fi kúrò ní Nàìjíríà tó ọ̀lẹ làwọn ọkùnrin ẹnu la ní bí àjàkàrà tèmi ọ̀lẹ ni wá gẹ́gẹ́rẹ́ ọ̀lẹ ní gbogbo wa. Yàrá àwọn obìnrin tó jáde ní Plateau State lánàá ẹnu làwa ní bí àjàkàrà ẹnu ni gbogbo wa ní. Àwọn obìnrin ló máa dá wàhálà yẹn lẹ̀ ó kù díẹ̀ ni. Ṣẹ̀dá àwọn ìyá tẹ̀ ń rí tán lọ́wọ́ interview yẹn nígbà tó bá dé stage kan wá ṣínà bolẹ̀ àwa kan wá ṣẹ̀wá tẹ̀lé wọn lẹ́yìn. Ṣẹ̀dá wa tó kù ká máa send video Mr. Koiki wọ́n ti pa wá lè níyì o. Èyí mélòó lọ́pa àwa mẹ́ta ó ti jíyàn kan lọ. Ṣẹ́ńtọ́ jí lọ ìṣẹ́ lówó fi gbà àrówó fi gbà wọ́n ti pa sàn ọlọ́run kọ́lọ́n fún ọ̀run kẹ. That is what we are doing because we are lazy people. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ̀ lọ gbá bá wọ ra rẹ̀ because a máa parí ètò ìkó ní ju 3 hours tí mo sọ yẹn lọ. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Aba? Wọ́n pè ní Women's War. Ogun ló ń pè ní war, WAR. Koiki Ọlọ́run ní jagun wọ́n ní Aba ní 1929 àwọn ìyá jáde ẹni máa kú ẹni máa yè. Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ̀ ká díẹ̀ briefly ká tó máa lọ. Máa sọ pé Ọlọ́run já arógun o, èyí tó ń sọ fún ẹ ní ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì nìyẹn. Tọ́lọ́run já arógun yẹn ẹ pé Tinubu olódò ọdẹ kó pín Nàìjíríà kó lókàlókù máa lọ. Tó bá ṣe tán tẹ bá jáde pariwo Yorùbá nation wá pa gbogbo yín dànù. Èmi kúkú ní wá sí Nàìjíríà ẹ tẹ wà lélẹ̀ máa jìyà tó jù. Kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. The Aba Women's Riot of 1929, also called Igbo Ogu Iwuwanyi, ẹ má bínú ẹ̀yin ọmọ Igbo tí n bá pronounce it dáadáa. Ibibo Ekpon Iban was a period of the unrest in the colonial Nigeria over November 1929. Koiki ya ṣe tàbá bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe máa destroy airport àpèrè. Kí ni ọdún fẹ́ lọ ṣe airport in Nigeria? Ó ní lọ́lé mọ́ ibi tó bá wà ló máa dúró sí. The protest broke out when thousands of Igbo women from the Bendel district, Ohio, and other places in the southeastern Nigeria traveled to the town of Oloko. Kò tẹ̀ ń ṣàdúgbò wọn, àwa nísìnyí ti bá ní a máa ṣe rally o, wọ́n ní Mr. Koiki ṣe máa send owó mọ́tò. Àwa ń send owó mọ́tò, ẹlòmíì fi mọ palm wine, ẹlòmíì fi lọ mu pepper soup, ẹlòmíì fi gbá láṣẹ́wó. Bàbá kí tó yẹ ní ká ṣe ní district wa kó lè jẹ́ kó easy fún wa. Wọ́n ní no bàbá àfẹ́ yẹn o. A fẹ́ ká congregate ká pọ̀ lójú kan ká lè bá rí owó send sí yín. Àwọn diaspora bá ní Koiki kódà ìwọ má wọrí ìwọ ṣáà béèrè owó àwa ń béèrè owó ní ọjọ́ tara lè tara máa ṣe. Àwọn ẹ̀gbọ́n mi àwọn olè ó wá ń pè yàn ó ń pè àwọn grandma ó rò pé àwọn grandma yẹn stupid. Ó ń pe grandma ẹni tó ti tẹ̀lé ìyá Dagboru lọ ó wá ń pe grandma kan ní London kan fún olówó Christmas. Grandma yẹn wá ní no àwọn olówó Christmas kankan táwọn máa fẹ́ anybody. Àwọn ìyá tó ti náwó fún wa pé ká fi ṣiṣẹ́. Ìyá yẹn wá ní ẹni tó náà ń ṣe warrior tó tún ṣe media. Wọ́n ní àwọn ìyá kan ní 1929 tàbá calculated after the amalgamation ni 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 ó di mẹ́fà 21, 22, 23, 24 ó di mẹ́wàá 26, 27, 28, 29. After 14 years of amalgamation àwọn ìyá kan bá dìde ní Aba. Wọ́n ní kò ní dá fún colonial rules. Ẹni máa kú ẹni máa yè. Àwọ̀ ọ̀fẹ́ kú àfẹ́jọ́ Wàsíù àfẹ́jọ́ Obesere àfẹ́jọ́ Pasuma àfẹ́jọ́ Òṣùpá àdẹ̀fẹ́jọ́ Wizkid àdẹ̀fẹ́ gossip. Ibi tó ń gbọ́ lọ́dún sọ̀rọ̀ kó àtòbò ká lọ jókòó síbẹ̀. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ bá ṣe máa gbára wa sílẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn kẹ́mi wá lè last ẹ̀mí yóò lè last nínú Nàìjíríà kò ń ṣe pé 52 years lẹ́ máa pé Akérédolú died at 67 kò pé 70 years old pẹ̀lú owó tó ní. so ẹ rò pé statistics ń parọ́ ni kó aṣọ́pọ̀ wá sùn lọ gàrí lẹ́yìn ọmú ẹlòmíì ojú òrí kankan mọ́ bàbá kan wá jáde kí ni bàbá yẹn sọ ẹgbọ́n tó sọ ká tó máa lọ a máa ṣe program yìí lọ́la again tí bá ní time lọ́la kọ́lọ́n kò fi àyè gbà mí kí ni bàbá yẹn sọ ó wá náà ń ríran ó rí jack shit irọ́ ló ń pa ẹ gbọ́ fídíò yìí lára àwọn skit tó máa ń ṣe nàìjíríà ni ó yá.
ẹ̀lẹ́ bá ìdá mi o ẹ̀lẹ́ sá o mo mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ mọ̀ mí nínú èsì mọ̀ mí èmi táwọn òun èsì pásítọ̀ o kò sì sáfà àmọ́ mo lẹ́bùn ràn
ẹ máa ríran
mo ṣe bọ̀ látọ̀ ọ̀kan tí mò ń wò lọ́wọ́ mi rí pé
kí lẹ rí ẹ̀rí nothing ebi ló pa yín bàbá ẹ gbọ́ búrẹ́dì kẹjẹ búrẹ́dì ìran òwèrè ó lẹ́rú ẹ jẹ́ búrẹ́dì àtẹ̀pà ìyàwó mi ó ti bá mi jà lálẹ́ ẹ̀ nísìn oníṣòwádà bẹ́ẹ̀ mo wá ṣẹ́pà sílẹ̀ látàárọ̀ ẹ rántí program ọ̀sán àní ibi kọ́ ló ń pa wá sẹ́ ó ti sọ fún àwọn oníyà onípa tí mo lè wá sílẹ̀ mo ní kó má wọrí wàláì tó bá dọ̀la ó gbẹ kò gbẹ ó tutù kò tutù ìjẹ̀bú ni máa fi mu gàrí but gàrí tèmi máa special because fresh milk ni máa fi mú mo ń lo sugar but fresh milk yẹn ó ti ní taste màá wá dẹ́pà yìí sí màá post ẹ̀ lọ́la mo ní kó má bínú pé mo ṣì máa jẹ ẹ jẹ mo yóò yà ká tó débi dáhùn lọ how many minutes ló kù just 9 minutes ó ní the Igbo women wọ́n wá gbéra láti Bendel district Umuahia and other places in the southeastern Nigeria wọ́n wá travel lọ sí town kan tó ń pè ní Olóko to protest against the warrant chiefs whom they accuse of restricting the role of women in government. The protest started by Igbo women later encompassed women of the ethnic groups Igbo, Ibibo, Andoni, Ogoni, and Efik. It was organized and led by the rural women. Àwa ti wà ní city, àti lọ sí club, àti lẹ̀ wọ́n obìnrin nídìí, àti gbéyàwó sílé, àti ń bá sùn, àti bímọ, ní strength kankan mọ́, we are all lazy. Ẹnu lá níbi àjàkàrà. Àwọn ìyá tó máa jà, Elédùmarè sì ń prepare mind wọn. Ṣẹ̀ríjọ́ tí Elédùmarè bá wọnú ẹ̀mí kan tó wọnú ìyá yẹn báyìí, ìyá yẹn máa sọ fún àwọn tó kù, wọ́n máa fi spirit communicate. Wá dá wà lálẹ́ sí Nàìjíríà. Then ẹ wá mọ̀ pé àṣìlá àwọn ìyá kan. Ẹ̀mí yàn ti dára wọn ni. Ẹ̀yin jẹ́ kí Tinubu ṣe tán kó má fún wọn ní nǹkan tó ń fẹ́. Ṣẹ̀rí gbogbo àwọn ìyá tó ń jáde tán rí yẹn tó ń jáde yẹn. Ẹ̀mí yẹn ń prepare wọn pé ṣé because the hope wọn nísìnyí pé Tinubu máa ṣe. So tí Tinubu wá lọ fẹ́ẹ̀lì wọn tó bá ṣe nǹkan. Ẹni kò ní sógun. Èmi náà gbàdúrà pé kó má sógun. Ẹ jẹ́ ká dẹ̀ mọ́ bẹ̀ lálẹ́ yìí. Orúkọ mi ni Ọláyọmí Kóìkì. Bàbá kan bá náà ríran. Ẹ̀yà fún nípa ti búrẹ́dì kẹdàálù nígbà àyà kó tètè máa bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Yíyan kan bá náà ríran sí mi, ẹ̀rí nothing, ebi ń pa yín ni. Ìyàn náà wọn ríran tó wà gidi wà o. Bọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní Nàìjíríà, everybody ló ń ríran lọ́wọ́ yìí. Every garden person ló ń ríran, ebi ń pa wọn ni. Ẹ fún wọn lẹ́pà, ẹ ra búrẹ́dì fún wọn. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá wa gbọ́ ètò ti talẹ́ ẹ bá wa pín. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Elédùmarè, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ọba àtàná àti tèmí, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Jésù Kristi, adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ànábì Muhammad. At least mo ní mo máa padà wá, mo gbìyànjú dé àbí lẹ́ǹkọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀, kò wá ní jẹ́ gbogbo ìgbà. Ẹ̀yin náà wá ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ tiyín náà, àwa máa ṣe tiwa gẹ́gẹ́ bí mídíà, ẹ̀yin náà wá ṣe tọ̀dọ̀ tiyín gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn olólùfẹ́ wa tó fi jẹ́ ká progress. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wá dágbére fún wa pé àdágbére kú, àdágbére àìsàn. Àwa náà la máa padà wá, àwa náà lè máa gbóhùn ẹ̀. Ẹni bá wá ní ohun yẹn o kò ní jáde, ohun yẹn ò ní jáde, ó bẹ́tà kó tètè máa disturb rẹ̀, okay? Ohun yẹn máa jáde because it is time that Nigeria collapse so that we can get to the next stage in the history of the Yoruba people, the Orialade, the this and that. egungun yẹn ti sú wa, àjẹ egungun mọ́, a fẹ́ jẹ gidi ẹran. And on that note, shout out to everyone. Good night from this side of the world. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Odaro. Bye for now. Yoruba nation, no going back. No going back here, no going back. None. I am your last man standing. Good night. For orílẹ̀-èdè. Kàgbéga. 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 Ìgbàgbọ́. Bàtì bẹ̀rù. Kàṣíṣe. 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 Ìṣọ̀kan. Ìkẹjẹ. Ìkẹjẹ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú. Ọ̀pọ̀ ire. Àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Odùduwà. Ọmọ Odùduwà dìde. Kò sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Good night, everyone. Bye for now.
The love is too much. The love is too much. The love is too much.